Shellshock presents.
Ready?
Sharing with Shellshock Season 4. New Age of Heroes. Why, hello everyone! Hello! This is me, Foreman Spike. And not just who is this ShellshockPrime fellow? Like, I don't know who ShellshockPrime is. I am Foreman Spike. And I hate those stupid Mario brothers. They are the worst ever since they abandoned me. So now I decided to throw Shellshock off the cliff, and I'm taking over this show because I am the real deal. I'm just joking. I'm just playing with everyone. Anyway, welcome to Sharing with Shellshock. This is the Art of Cosplay episode where I have 3 returning guests. So welcome, Mantle.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. It's been a good, fun time full of awesome gaming adventures and cosplay ones, and more upcoming cosplay and travels. So, yeah, been admittedly mostly offline, but always here with the crew.
Yep. And how are you doing, Hito? Good to have you back on.
How are we feeling today?
Well, it's all good. All good here. It's good to have you on again. And how about you, Ange?
I'm doing great. Just in my most comfortable cosplay, and I'm very excited to talk about it today.
Excellent. I'm really happy to talk about cosplay all night. But before we do, Mantle, remind everybody what type of content you do.
Hi everyone. I am a variety caster. I do also enjoy lots of retro games, very similar to Shellshock and Company here. I joke around that I am 70% Nintendo gamer, 30% PlayStation. I am a marine biologist and a gamer, so my community is the Sharkade. I've been taking a bit of an inadvertent break from active streaming, but like I was just mentioning with Shellshock, I'm still always around and am looking to steadily ease my way back into streaming when I can. So like no pressure. Nice, good chill vibes whenever anyone wants to come by. I'm about to take a trip to Japan, though. It's my second trip there. So, break around that. But yeah, I just love to have good, like, share adventures, awesome games, mostly Nintendo, and have fun with that. So, yeah. And outside of that, even if I don't do it all the time on stream outside of Halloween, I am a cosplayer.
Yep. Awesome. Now, what about you, Hito? Remind everybody what you do.
Do everything at this point now. It's like, do I? Okay, mess it up. Retro gamer, indie gamer, love a whole bunch of new games as well. Specifically like games that make good callbacks and love letters to their predecessors, which are very fantastic. We call those retro games or retro inspired games. I also sing. I've been becoming good with the cover artist stuff. My voice is not that great yet, but you know what? Vocal coaches are there for a reason. I also edit videos. I get a whole bunch of things on, and I also cosplay. I'm currently right now doing my gender bend of Azura from Fire Emblem Fates, and along with that, I also know how to silk fan dance. So I might actually give people a show. Who knows? We'll see.
Awesome. Now, what about you, Ange?
Well, I stream like almost every day, but I mostly stream a lot of RPGs. Very much. I also play visual novels, and I will just warn you all, I'm recently very addicted to Final Fantasy 14. So if you're interested in that, come on by the stream. But other than that, I do cosplay, of course, just like everyone else here. I have been on a hiatus with cosplay for about almost a year, but I'm going to get back into it. I'm going to a con next weekend. I'm going to see my girlfriend. Very excited for it, and I'm very excited to talk to you guys about.
You're gonna
Awesome.
see Basil too, because I'm going to a con next weekend as
Yeah,
well.
I was gonna say. Very excited.
Yep.
So I'm super, I was hyped anyways, but knowing that we're gonna get to catch up is even more exciting for it.
Yes. Like, so for me, it's that I've been to a few cons this year. I went to Long Island Retro and I went to PAX East, and I've cosplayed both days. In fact, I'll mention that on the Saturday at PAX East, there was a group cosplay for Super Smash Brothers, where they had everybody coming in. Like, it was a huge turnout where people were just like cosplaying as different Smash characters. But there was one that stood out that I want to mention, where there was this guy. I wish I knew who he was, but there was this guy who was a Sephiroth cosplayer, and he was really tall, and he actually played the part well. We were trying to arrange like a photo shoot since I was Mario, like during the whole like cosplay gathering. We were trying to recreate the scene where Sephiroth took his Masamune, and he managed to take Mario's hook, and he was just lifting Mario up like in the Smash trailer for Sephiroth. But we haven't had a chance to do that because everybody was just all over the place, just doing different things. But that was really cool, though. And then, go ahead.
Sorry, go on.
And then,
I was gonna say.
Sorry.
No, you're good. After you, Shellshock. I was just holding on to two little points before we get too much into the meat.
Yeah, and then like when I went to Long Island Retro, there were some very great cosplays there. Like, I've seen a lot of good cosplay. I participated in the cosplay contest where I made my debut as Foreman Spike, and even though I did not win the contest, I still had a good time. A lot of people actually liked the cosplay, so for people to actually recognize Foreman Spike, I actually was very impressed with that. I loved it. So yeah.
Yeah. Now the two fun points. That's so glad, awesome, dude. Dude, if you're ever able to make it to MagFest, seriously, wear it. Come to my Nintendo shoot. People love it. So like, two fun little things. I realize, Angelic, that you and I are kind of the flip flop, where I've been taking an extended break from streaming, but I've been cosplaying super regular and getting even more. I'm going to be debuting a new like 1 or 2 new cosplays next weekend. And then the other fun thing, so I know many of you in the chat here who are amazing and follow Shellshock's fantastic content on Blue Sky have seen the fun little trailer video he made. That was a shot from a photo shoot that I run. I actually run the Nintendo / Smash Brothers photo shoots and meetups at MagFest and Dragon Con. And I think that was like one of the few shots, the group shots that I wasn't in. I was over to the side. Also, it was Mantle, but his Captain 3 version.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, he says that. I'm like, you do know that's my photo shoot, right? He and I start laughing.
Yeah. Also, Hito, didn't you win a cosplay contest before?
It was an honorable mentions by so during this judging for LA Retro, it was last year, not the one that just passed. The one last year, it was for this cosplay specifically because I was doing a gender bent version of Azura, and we had Stardust Megu as one of the guests, and she recognized that's Azura. Hold the fucking phone. That's a gender bent Azura. What?
I mean, you are the ocean's gray waves.
Yeah.
Oh god, I love it so much.
Yeah.
And so when that happened and the whole thing went down, I actually did the so one of my friends that does drag, which is actually trying to actually teach me how to apply makeup, because since we hit 2,000 followers on Twitch, I have to do a stream in drag. So I will be shaving off the beard. I will be applying the makeup. I will beat my face to the T. But they taught me how to sew a little bit better and learn how to actually do reveals and my dances a little bit better. So I decided to debut one of the dances on the literal stage of LA Retro. I was just doing a small one because obviously, they had a whole bunch of other people. I couldn't do like the whole minute and a half. I was like, let's just cut it down to about like 45 seconds. There we go. It's all good. So that was actually the first time I actually performed in cosplay and did that whole thing. And they liked it enough. I got one of the honorable mention awards from Stardust Megu specifically. I was like, Yes, thank you. Thank you for recognize, please.
Yep.
Nintendo, make more male dancers. I'm begging you, please. It's possible. Thank you.
Yep. We'll definitely talk more about like cosplay contests and competitions later on. Right now, let's get into the meat and potatoes. So, Mantle, we're going to start with you. When did you first get into cosplay, and what was your first cosplay?
Well, I've always loved costumes, so like Halloween's one of my favorite holidays, for crying out loud, and I would always get really, really into that, and like made a Link cosplay from Ocarina of Time when I was a sophomore in high school. But so like any of those you could call cosplay, but if you want to go even more specific, like for conventions, the first convention I ever went to is my home convention, Animazement, in 2004. I've been going to conventions since 2004, and every single Animazement since then. If any of you are ever able to go to it, highly recommend it. It is in Raleigh, North Carolina. It's a medium con, and just definitely just the nicest, sweetest vibes there. But yeah, so as far as conventions go, been going to cons since 2004, cosplaying at cons since 2004, and my first cosplay at a convention was Future Raven from Teen Titans. So basically, Raven with the white cloak and everything, and that was... I pulled it together because I'd never been to a con, and even though I loved dressing up as characters and always had, it's like, I don't know what to wear. But this is 2004. Teen Titans is still in its early hype, so...
It was, yes. Yeah, so 2004. Yeah, that was a good year. What about you, Hito?
Let's see. My first cosplay. Around the time that Naruto came out, I believe that it was my first year of high school. I was a freshman in high school at the time. And I finally was like, I don't want to look like I bought my costume at Walmart today, or bought my costume at a Kmart today, or a Target, or any other specific general store. I want to make it. So, because Naruto finally came out in the US with its English dub, and I was already reading the manga in middle school, and I knew who I wanted to do, I cosplayed Zabuza.
Ooh.
I had his I had his guillotine sword already. I had to make the outfit from scratch, and the good news was my mother at the time, who was working as a hospital clerical worker, she stole a whole bunch of bandages from the doctor's office just so I could pull off like the wrappings around his mouth and a few of the other stuff too. I ripped up an old t-shirt and I made it into essentially a one of these, technically without the vest lining at least, but I got the sleeves off, and then I also sewed them into the pants and added a zipper in the back, so that way I could just do it as like a jumper, like the whole entire like black jumper all from head to toe. And then for the shoes, I added foam padding along with cardboard. This was literally like me trying my best with like, you know, hot glue and a prayer. So we literally put that together. Along with that, I added these nice little leg warmer things. But instead of the leg warmers, I flipped over the cardboard to make like the shoes from Naruto. So all that went really well. I added some fake blood to it, aka corn syrup and corn syrup and ketchup, and I made myself into a bloody demon ninja that day, where I was literally Zabuza, dying at the bridge.
Ooh, that was awesome.
I scared some kids that day because they were like, "Is he actually stabbed? Is he actually hurt?" I'm like, I had all like the spears in me in the back when they were literally killing him off at the bridge.
Yeah. What about you, Ange? When did you get into cosplay, and what was your first cosplay?
So, gosh, I was like trying to think, and I was like, okay, well, 2009, I did come back to it, but I was like, technically, my very first cosplay was also Naruto. And at the time, my ex, his mom, wonderful, wonderful seamstress. Like, she was great. He cosplayed Aino, and I cosplayed Neji. And sadly, those were the days when we weren't that smart, and we used ace bandages to bind. Not smart. Don't do it. Don't do it. But that was my first technical cosplay. didn't, it was like what, 2004? Yeah, 2003. And no contacts. It was just fun. My hair used to be down to my thigh, so I used my actual hair. It was really cool, though it was kind of funny because everyone thought my boyfriend was a lady too, but it was great, and we had a lot of fun. But I want to say I feel like my first like coming back to cosplay when I was like 2009 was Oran Host Club. And I'll get more into that later because there's a topic question I saw about memories and such. But yeah, Oran was then like me coming back in high school, like later high school.
Ooh. All right. So for me, like in regards to cosplaying at conventions and whatnot, the first time that I remember, like what got me into it was like, it was more of a friend that really wanted to see me cosplay as a certain character, which was a referee Mario from Punch-Out. And I did that at New York Comic Con 2012. That because a friend of mine really wanted to see me do it, but like that friend is no longer my friend anymore for personal reasons, and because of that, I will never cosplay as referee Mario ever again. But it was a memory that it was something that I started with. I since evolved it into regular Mario, but I decided to be cheap and use a store-bought Mario costume that I got from a costume shop in New York City. I'm not sure if they're still open, but I got it there as well as the hat and everything. And afterwards, I started wearing that for a few years, and then I was like, you know what? I'm sick and tired of this Mario cosplay that it's so cheap. I feel like I could do it a lot better, and that's exactly what I did. Turns out I actually had a red shirt with long sleeves already. All I needed were overalls, so I got the overalls and immediately like just jumped all the way up like multiple levels of like cosplay because I actually look so much better. Because the thing is that Jump Up Superstar. I actually did wear the Cappy hat. Like I have like 3 Mario hats now. I have the regular Mario hat, I have the Cappy hat, and I have the Mario hat with the raccoon ears from Mario 3.
I have that when I've cosplayed Raccoon Mario. I also have the Cappy hat, and then I have a leather version of the Mario hat. I was going to say real quick, though, I fully respect that, but please know that this Little Matt cosplayer is always happy for anything Punch-Out with you, no matter who.
That said, if I ever decide to revisit Referee Mario, it won't be because of the ex-friend. It will be because I want to do it.
Exactly.
And that's what it should always be. That's what it should always be. Like, cosplay a character because you want to, not because, like, you'll end up affixing a memory to the person. I was like, you should do this.
I've always cosplayed characters because I want to. I feel that.
Yes.
Same as I'm sure each of you. There are some people who I have met or known and around conventions, and I no longer associate with them. I'm never going to let them take any of that joy from me. Like, some of my best pictures I got from certain characters, I don't associate with a person anymore. And I still have awesome pictures. I still have good memories from that. But I'm proud of you for that, friend. But yeah, no, it's that's how we do.
But like the reason why I decided to cosplay as Foreman Spike is because as much as I enjoy cosplaying as Mario, I kind of felt that cosplaying as Mario all the time kind of felt stale, and I wanted to do something different. So this is how different I wanted to be. But now, like, and every time I want to start mixing it up and start incorporating characters that I like from different mediums, whether it's cartoon, anime, TV show, movie, or video games or whatever. Hell, even professional wrestling. I'll just do that too. I'll cosplay whatever I like, and I'm gonna do what I can to pull it off as much as possible. So I felt that I did just that with Foreman Spike, and it's always fun just to speculate as to who you want to cosplay next. That's the thing, like, just the journey of going to, like, the next character is like, okay, let's start figuring out who I want to go with. I'll go with this character. And then, like, how do I want to present myself? Or if there's different versions, like for example, Wario, like there's different versions. Like I could use like the Wario with the purple overalls and the yellow shirt and the yellow hat, or I could be the biker Wario from WarioWare, or I could be Wario Man. I could do that if I wanted to.
Funny thing you mentioned that, because just a real quick aside for the Nintendo and Smash shoot that I run at MagFest, I always do like a big group shot, and then I'll start going by Nintendo series. So I'll always start with Mario, and then I'll go right to Donkey Kong. Apparently, we've had so many WarioWare cosplayers over the years that I finally just had to add WarioWare as its own category. So you're exactly right about the different outfits for that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, I know we're going to get into it tonight, but that's part of what I love about it. I know like all of us, we're all representing parts of that tonight. It's just the sheer creativity that you get to do with it. So, and I'll just go ahead and say it straight out. Cosplay is for everyone.
It is.
Yes.
100%. 100%. Absolutely. All right. So the next one, I'm going to start with Hito on this one. What are some of your favorite cosplay stories? Take it away.
I have a few. So one of my so it actually involved this cosplay, honestly enough. When we went to Long Island Retro, because that was the only time I wore this one, technically speaking.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole time, everyone thought I was sick because I was wearing the veil, and it was like, "Oh, I'm not sick." And then I did one cough, and then everyone just did one of these. I'm like, "I'm not sick. I promise. I have asthma. Stairs are a pain in the ass for me. I'm sorry." And everyone was like, "Oh my god, look, it's a dancer. Are we allowed to have that type of cosplay here? It looks a little, ooh la la." I'm like, I'm wearing clothes. The only thing that's like kind of semi-nude is the netting shirt, but that's covered by this. So it's like, what are we doing? No one knew who I was, and then when we just started doing the cosplay contest, immediately one of the judges was just like, him, I know who that is. Hold the fuck up. And I'm like, okay. I wasn't noticed the whole day. I'm like, I didn't know who I was the whole day, and then I'm just like, they knew. Fantastic. But one of the best memories to go into specifically for one of my older cosplays before I took my 6 to almost 7 year hiatus. This would be like the Comic-Con that I went to that I actually bought me my whole entire kimono set. I literally bought me the kimono, the hakama, and the peori to have over it. I ended up recycling the hakama and using it for a Terra cosplay from Kingdom Hearts.
Ooh.
And I still have the keyblade for it too, funny enough.
Yep.
It's smashed up like crazy, but if I could find the keyblade in my old childhood home, I'll literally like, hey, Terra. But now I'm learning to actually do armor in cosplay with home. So I'm starting off with a future cosplay, which I believe that's probably one of the topics. So I will just keep that one quiet.
All right, sounds good. What about you, Ange? What are some of your favorite memories or stories?
Gosh, just like gatherings are so much fun. They're just so much fun. And and photo shoots, of course, like things like that. But there's always like little candid moments that happen that I love. There's so many, but there's one I really, really loved. It was back in 2012 Anime Expo. I was really sad because one of my cosplay partners, like, she couldn't make it to that con. And it was Oran Host Club. It was during that time when I was in that mode. I was just doing all Haruhi's outfits.
Yeah.
And we were doing a photo shoot, and then suddenly, like, two of the twins took my hands away from the Tamaki photo shoot and started just skipping me away. And then Tamaki was chasing after me, and we're going right around the quad at Anime Expo. And I think someone recorded it, but like moments like that where it's just like people get kind of in character in a very sweet and cute way. And yeah, like there's so many memories, but I love when that type of stuff happens.
Mm-hmm. Mantle?
Honestly, I've got so many. I would joke with you. It's like Shellshock. If you want the stories, I'm going to miss all at Splatfest sharing them. But There's just so many good ones, but I've whittled down a few to share with that. I have several favorite memories surrounding my Wolflink cosplay because while I am not a furry, I am a fursuiter. For anyone who's curious about the difference, furries are those who identify as their fursona as a certain animal. Fursuiters, we don't identify as those characters or personas. We just like to cosplay in those costumes. And Wolflink, I actually made one version of. That was my first fursuit ever, and I did all right, but I know I could do better. I completely remade, and the only thing I kept from the original is the fan in the head. Unfortunately, that costume is currently in storage from my ex when I thought we were still going to be together, and they don't live in the same city that the storage unit's in anymore. So I have several friends who do live there. They're ready to mount a rescue mission. We just need to coordinate it.
Rescue them.
Worst case scenario, oh no, I'll build an even better one. But but anyway, so Wolflink is extremely special to me because one thing that with what you were mentioning earlier, it's important to know about me is that except for a few people from college or around there, the vast majority of my friends I have made as adults, I have met at conventions and or on the internet. And that's part of why conventions are so extremely special to me. I actually finally displayed all my convention badges on the wall, all 130 some of them. But the Wolflink is obviously from Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, and Legend of Zelda is my favorite game series ever of all time. And part of why it's so special to me, not just because of the games and the adventures I have in them, because of the friends I've met from it and also the adventures I've had within it. And one of my closest friends and cosplay partners in crime to this day, I met her because of Zelda cosplay, because I was Wolflink and she was Twilight Midna. And I said, when I remade Wolflink, she made Imp Midna. There's pictures of her as Imp Midna on my back and all this. And so anything with remaking that costume, our adventures going around, just reveling and enjoying with that. Similar one with that. I also cosplay Impa from Hyrule Warriors. That's my second favorite Impa of all time, only after Ocarina. Dream cosplay. I was building all of my armor and my sword with a late friend of mine who was cosplaying Link from that. So the game already means a lot to me. The memories of him and me building these costumes from the ground up is also still special. And part of why Hyrule Warriors I still get feral about, especially the original one. But it's all that. And Splatoon has a lot of memories for that. But just to highlight some of it, Splatoon. I was previously on the Yes We Love Splatoon episode of Shellshock's podcast. If you've not watched it and you like Splatoon even this much, please check it out. So Splatoon was announced in 2014. Came out in 2015, and at Otakon 2014, I wound up having to run the Nintendo photo shoot because the organizer didn't show. We actually had 2 Inklings show up, and the game is a year away. I'm ecstatic about this. Game comes out, and I fall in love with it thoroughly. Fast forward to MagFest, so about half a year after the game's come out, I don't have my Mantle cosplay ready yet. I don't have my props ready yet. But my good friend who's with me is like, hey, Mantle, there's a Splatoon photo shoot this weekend. What? Now, thankfully, she and I had enough Splatoon merch already. I pulled together a quick makeshift mantle between the mask, my Inkling text hat, the Inkline shirt, and boots. Get there, and I have laryngitis this weekend because this was the year that MagFest was the week right after Katsucon. And I run into these 2 really sweet people who are still 2 really good friends of mine, and they're sweet, and they're all dressed up like they're Inklings with an Inkzuka, but they can't project to save their lives. Me, even with laryngitis, I come up to them as like, hey, this is totally y'all's photo shoot, but would you like for me to be your megaphone? And they go, yes, please. And I go, oh, you're squished. And they pulled me in with that, and I've been running that photo shoot and meetup ever since. I honestly have my own little Splatoon photo shoot family, and we even have a little Splatoon cosplay Discord for that. So if anyone's ever curious, let me know. It's not super secretive. It's just bunch of Splatoon cosplayers, mostly those of us who go to MagFest, and we share things about the game and cosplay tips and stuff like that. But we have so many fun things with that. We have our own little in-jokes from that photo shoot. One of our big ones I'll share with you. We'll take a picture of all the weapon props that we have, and then we'll go back over and pick up the weapons, but we'll use them incorrectly. I'll be holding my charger like it's a roller, or I'll snap off the barrel and dual wield it. It's just all sorts of fun things, and that's our big thing too, is we start and finish the photo shoot with this gigantic 2 other real quick ones. I also cosplay Gibari from Baten Kaitos.
Ooh.
Had a group of 4 of us with a Callus, a Jella, and a Savina. And if you have not played Baten Kaitos, I highly recommend it. I loved it back on the GameCube. Still need to play it on the Switch. The dub was silly, but it's just such a fun game. Like, it is like one of Bamco's finest outside the Tales of series.
It's on my radar.
Oh, it's so good, and I know you'll message me around it.
I will.
But no, Gibari had been a dream cosplay of mine for years, and thankfully, one of my friends who's so picky about games, she also fell in love with it. So we made this happen like the last year before I got pulled into volunteering and staffing for MagFest. And again, this is MagFest, Music and Gaming Festival. People are going to recognize the obscure stuff. And we had like 20 to 30 people lose their shit over us, like including this one really sweet artist from Quebec who is like talking about it. And then she turns around. So she starts just like gushing and everything is like, oh my gosh, I need to get back to my table, but please come by and see me later. And then we hear her talking to her friend as she's walking away going, I need to explain to you the glory and everything of Baten Kaitos. And she's just fangirling over us. And it was, even if no one had recognized us, we'd have been happy because we're dressing up as these characters, but the reactions were great. Last one, I also, in the recent years, one of the very few femme cosplays I do is Saki Nikaido from Zombieland Saga, which, by the way, for anyone who's a fan, the movie for that series is out in Japan today. So, happy Zombie Movie Day. I cosplay several versions of her, and both zombie and human. And I've got to meet a couple of the Japanese voice actors and several of the English voice actors, including Riko Fayarda, who voices Kotaro. And he's flipping called me a friend at this point. He's invited me to do escape rooms, but he's such a sweet guy.
Nice.
So if you ever get a chance to meet Riko, no matter what series you know him from, go say hi to him. He's such a sweet, genuine person. And even though I don't use Birdsite anymore, I still keep my account on there because just in case if it ever improves. My pinned video on there is him and me, because he loves my Saki. Like, he recognizes me out of it, but he flippin' loves my Saki, and we have a video of the two of us doing one of their more memorable things. Are you ready, Saki? We're going to save Saga. Save Saga! What are we saying it? And we both go, we're doing it right now! And we're just yelling at each other. We had an old version of it, but this one was improved. Both of my costume improved, him wearing the suit and shades, our increased energy. And for the Easter egg, Caitlin Glass, who is the English voice for Saki, was in the background of this video. Ooh. We yelled longer to try to get her attention. But yeah, just so many memories of dressing up as her and people, and just so many of them across all those people gushing over a character that they're not used to seeing. But far more than that, just being a character that you really love and connect with. So that was a bit, but I hope that was a fun taste of just some of the con and cosplay adventures.
Yep. So for me, I got a couple of stories. So in 2015, it was the middle of the summer. It was like it was actually July. It happened to be July 11th. And the reason why I say that day specifically is because usually on July 11th is when 7-Eleven gives out a free Slurpee that day. From 11 in the morning to 7 at night. But on that day, at Bryant Park, there was a Super Smash Brothers tournament that I was participating in for the 3DS, and everybody was in cosplay. I was there as Mario. It was fun. And I got to meet cosplayers there, but it was a pretty solid turnout. And after that ended, we went to Nintendo New York, and there were people within the store that were surprised to see all of us just cosplaying. We were just all walking in at once. And then we went to the second floor. It was the old design there because like they used to have like the museum like towards like the second floor was a big museum that had everything. Mm-hmm. And we were there and people were just taking pictures of all of us. Whereas like people were just shopping, and the fact that we just happened to cosplay as like a bunch of Nintendo characters, and then like people just we pretty much got their attention. Like, we were just there for a little while, but we didn't want to stay there for too long because like people were obviously wanting to shop, and we didn't want to disrupt anything. But that was a story that was definitely a story I wanted to share because I still think about that. That was like 10 years ago. It was still fun that we did that. That we just went to the store as a big group, all Smash Brothers characters. It was all good fun. Another one that I can remember was like there was a anime convention in New Jersey, Anime Next, where I went, and in 2015 they had some cosplay photo shoots for where I cosplay as Mario in the Smash Brothers photo shoots, and I remember like the day before we found out that that Roy and Ryu were going to be in Smash, but the thing is that they were leaked. And I remember when we did the photo shoot for Smash Bros. Cosplay, there was a Ryu cosplayer who was on his way to go somewhere else, and we were actually like calling him to be like, hey, you should come with us. Ryu got leaked in Smash Bros. Come join us in the photo shoot. So he joined us in the photo shoot. Like there was like about 2 or 3 little Macs. There was the most common series that had reps over there for the cosplay were Mario, Zelda, Pokemon, and Fire Emblem. There was a little bit of Kirby. There weren't any regular Samuses, just Zero Suit Samus. You would see like different characters here and there. There was a Mega Man. There was like maybe like 2 or 3 Sonics, and I did not see Pac-Man there. And at the time, like Cloud was not in Smash Brothers yet. But I remember like just being a part of different photo shoots in general. Like there were so many Smash photo shoots. I went to Comic-Con for photo shoots. Like the 2014 photo shoot was amazing. Like this was around the time where Super Smash Bros. For 3DS was out, but the Wii U version wasn't out yet. But we had a big group of people. I've actually met Duck Hunt Dog cosplayers. I've met so many different like Nintendo characters that I never thought that I would ever see. I would see some like the obscure stuff. I've seen like people cosplay as like I've seen a Rob the Robot cosplayer once. I don't remember where. Though I'm still waiting to see if someone's gonna cosplay as a Virtual Boy, but maybe someday. Maybe someday.
Not that, but just as a note for anyone who does make it to MagFest at my Nintendo photo shoot, I do always call out peripherals and Rob in case if anyone ever does. I have a Nintendo who is dressed up as Final Destination. As Final Destination.
Wow.
Like with both hands, like as Master and Crazy, and just the whole stage in front of him. It's impressive. I've had the polar bear from Ice Climbers. So no, I had a dude last year who was Mother Brain at my shoot, like a gigantic mechanic.
Awesome.
If you've seen him, and if any of you've seen Dan Cattell with his really awesome 2D costumes, dude's a good friend of mine. We met thanks to conventions. Yes, Shellshock.
Cool.
I wonder if that's the same person who was at Long Island Retro because you saw that Mother Brain cosplay.
Was it really big and he was only in it for like 10-15 minutes?
Yes. It was,
No.
Well, no, but I did see a 2D one.
Well, it wasn't like really big.
Yes.
That might have been my friend because I think he's up that way. Yeah, he's a friend of mine.
Because usually what he'll do is he'll wear a pixeled version of the character and he'll just move around in it, and he'll do it from the side.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's so cool.
if it's the Mother Brain is a friend of his, the dude who does the pixeled versions of any of those, usually the Space Pirates and other things, that's my friend Dan. No, he's such a sweetheart.
Yeah.
He's such a sweetheart. Yeah, I think he was there, yeah. But yeah, no, we get all the crazy obscure stuff, and it's like to us it's not as obscure, but that's part of what's always so fun about it. Kind of like when we're talking the chat here is like, if you do a lesser known costume, no, you're not going to get as many reactions. But first off, who cares? You're dressing up as who you enjoy, and secondly, the reactions you do get.
Yeah.
Like I like one of the last cons I was at was Otakon, and there was someone dressed up as a Sarasa from the manga Basara, which is my favorite manga of all time. And it's a beautiful cosplay. And I go up to her, like, "Hi, I'm so sorry. Are you Sarasa?" She's like, "Yes, I am. You're the." And the two of us then gush about the story.
Like for
Right.
me, yeah. Go ahead.
No, after you.
I was gonna say also like, in response to what Dragon said in the chat, if like anyone has cosplayed a Tetronimo, like a Tetris piece.
Seen those.
No, I haven't
Man.
cosplayed, but I have seen it before. I've seen the only ones I've seen were the L block, and I've seen what just a regular straight line block.
I've seen a whole group of them before. I can't remember when it was. Like honestly, it all kind of runs together. One of my favorites, less obscure, Bowser with all 7 Koopalings plus Bowser Jr. Like the sheer everything. That's part of why, and that's part of why I get my shoot. I call out all these series just because, like, even if people don't cosplay it, they're like, "Oh yeah, that series." And for someone who does, the number of Game and Watches I have
Yeah.
show up to my shoots.
Like I've seen like I remember seeing a cosplay family once where there was this big guy who was King DDD and his wife was Kirby, and they had like a kid, like I believe it was I'm not sure if it was their son or daughter, but
It's their kid.
their kid, they were Waddle Dee.
Aw,
It was cute.
That's
precious.
adorable. Yeah, there's been several families I've seen with that. Like one of the cuter ones when I was at Otakon too. Two of my friends, they have a baby who I think she just turned 1 recently, and they had her in a matching costume with them each day, with like a little crocheted hat for her.
Yep.
Oh. Yeah, I saw a from Dragon Ball Z, the Chi-Chi with a little Gohan.
Oh,
Little
nice.
like Dragon Ball star on their hat.
Not my I love that. Not my story,
So
but there is one I have to share for someone that most of us here know. Many of you know my really good friend Melodic Blue. So she is also a cosplayer and regular con goer. She's also a mother of 2. And she loves The Incredibles almost as much as I do. It's one of the many things she and I bonded over when we first met. And,
Yep.
and she and I have been friends for coming up on 17 years this December. Literally, she's one of the sweetest, most amazing people ever. Also, Angelic, she's really into Final Fantasy 14, so there you go. But she made her own Elastigirl costume, like the red one, but she made that one. And her eldest, who is in their late teens now, was about a year old at this time. And she made them the little red jumper that Jack wears. And they also had like kind of like this reddish brown hair, and she was able to spike their hair up in that perfect little Jack spike. And she's walking around with the cutest Jack ever. And seriously, she's like the best flipping Elastigirl, like personality as well as looks. And people come up, "Oh my gosh, that's so amazing! I love that. Did you make that?" She goes, "Yeah, I did, and I made the costumes too." It's just the most wholesome flipping response.
There's so many wholesome cosplays, especially group cosplay or like a family cosplay. I've seen like Pokemon wholesome cosplay in the past. Like they had like I remember seeing like an Ash and Misty, and then like their kid was a Pikachu.
Yeah, I've seen a few of those, and there's a couple who I think they still go to Animazement, and I remember seeing them like with just their kids cosplayed when there was just 2 of them, and like one of them was Vash, one was Wolfwood, and then the next year they were 2 different things, and then the next year those kids have a baby sibling. So the eldest is dressed up as Professor Oak, the middle kid is dressed up as Ash, and the baby is dressed up as Pikachu.
Aw,
And I just remember on the video,
perfect.
this was one of the years I competed in the cosplay contest, and they're holding up the Pikachu, and Pikachu just starts crying, just gets red face. So, but yeah, it's like, even though I'll just say I am a non-parent, I have never been interested in having kids. I love seeing the creativity that people come up with, either on their own or for their kids on their own.
Yeah, that's cute. That's a bonding experience too.
Oh,
I feel
absolutely.
like. Yeah.
See, Senza's showing off his costume for Halloween. He's a tiger.
That's cute.
Amazing job.
See, when he loafs, my nickname for him is why he's a tiger red.
Yep.
Oh,
Very cute.
I love this Shellshock. That's amazing. No, seriously, I like you and me in a Nintendo shoot's gonna be dangerous, and I can't wait for it.
It's gonna happen. It's not a matter of
Oh, I
if.
know it is.
It's not a matter of if. It's a matter of when. Yes.
Oh, exactly. And especially since I'm finally like back where I belong. I'm also not too far from your neck of the woods. So regardless of the show, oh, I'm hype as heck for it.
Yes. So I'm gonna start this next one, Revenge. Have you participated in cosplay contests or competitions?
I haven't really. People told me I should, but I'm a little shy. I've done sketches, and they were like silly sketches. It was like during the Kingdom Hearts era, and I was literally like, for this sketch, like it was YowieCon, okay? And it was like the whole sketch like was just like I barely remember. It was Organization 13, and literally I had just the hood up. I was just a random organization member that was unknown because we didn't know all the members yet at the time when this sketch happened. And I was just dancing in the background. That was it.
All right. Sounds good.
But yeah, I should do more competitions.
Oh, yeah, totally. Mantle?
So funny thing she mentions that the first skit I ever competed in was a Kingdom Hearts skit. I had befriended a Cypher at that con and an Olette, and I was Hainer. So that was a fun time. But yes, I have competed. Have not competed in a while, but I have competed off and on numerous times over the years in masquerades, the photo shoots. The fashion show, and otherwise I've actually won over a dozen awards. So by most metrics, I'm classified as a master category, which is for those who aren't familiar with the convention scene, it's usually novice, journeyman, master, and yeah, like I said, I have competed in, and also Hall Cosplay. So I've competed in several different ones across each of those awards from it. I've enjoyed it. Will definitely compete again at some point. I have not in a while. I'm not the person who's like, oh, I hit master, I'm not going to compete anymore. No, it's just, especially with moving and stuff, it wasn't always feasible. And while I love the contest, there's usually so much more other stuff that I get involved in and want to do at a con. Because for those who aren't as familiar with cons, like make your own experience, tailor it for you and for that. And for me, sometimes that's cosplay contest or fashion show or hall cosplay. Sometimes it's not. But yeah, so I have done several. I've won a few best in shows as well, and it's a lot of fun. And the vast majority of everyone who it participates in them, from the judges to the contestants, they're all so super nice.
Mm-hmm. All right. Hito.
Have not done a single cosplay contest. I don't know what you're talking. No.
Oh, he's gonna get you.
I did the ones in LA Retro, but then before that, and the only reason why I don't bring up the LA Retro ones as much is because Shell was there. I could share the story with everyone. So let's see. For LA Retro, there were 3 cosplays I did. 2 years ago, I did Moneybags from Spyro. I literally hand painted the burlap sack, added a pillow into it, added some cotton, and added actual gems that I could pull out and throw around. But I was going to throw them around. And I'm like, hey, I need that for my children's college fair. Give that back. For those who don't know, in Spyro, they revealed that the reason why Moneybags is so greedy with gems is because he's actually raising money for his children, which is running up for their college fund. And he also has a wife, too. I know, surprising. Since they make him the butt of the joke on a lot of shit, especially Ripto's Rage and Year of the Dragon. Yeah, I was surprised too. So I was Moneybags in that one. I actually caused a scene by accident, and I think Shell knows what I'm talking about. We're about to get into this. So I didn't know the prize money was in a stuffed Gengar, and I saw it on the table when I was trying to do a bit where I was like, I have a Pokemon here, one from the Pokemon dimension. I would say it's about worth, it's a Gengar, so 900 gems. Do I hear 900 gems? Do I hear something higher? Immediately, one of the judges just like pencil dove over the chair, over the table, and I was like, everything okay? And she's like, oh no, I really need that. I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't know it was, here you go. It was just randomly on the, like, mind you, it was a random plushie just abandoned on the table. So I was like, oh.
Was it near anyone?
Huh? It wasn't near anyone. It was on the table. Like the judges were behind, but the table was like far off when I grabbed it. So it was like, okay, I don't know who this belongs to. I'm not gonna steal it. I'm gonna put it back after I'm done.
Yeah.
So that was it. And then later on, as they're announcing the awards and the money prizes, they literally are pulling the money out of the Gengar, and I'm like, oh,
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, because you had no idea the money was there.
So I was literally like, oh, I almost sold the prize money.
You sensed it.
The second that I saw them pulling out the money, like, oh, hilarious. The second year I did Azura, I did the dance, we talked about that. And then this year that passed by, I did Biker Bowser from Mario Kart World because Nintendo finally gave me what I wanted, a leather daddy Bowser.
Yep.
Yeah.
Finally did me justice. But I also participated in the fashion shows because I have fun with those. My best memory was this year. I was doing Donkey Kong from Bonanza, so I had the suspenders, the pants, the tie. I had my hair curly queued up for it. I also, because I was desperate, I just fabric glued the chest pattern on the furry thing that I had. So I was like, you know what? We're just gonna do that. But the little bit of invention, I bought feet shoes, and then I ended up having to tailor them, shave them down to fit my feet because I'm a size 13 wide, so these aren't going to fit a random person. So I ended up buying feet shoes, and legitimately every time I was going to the con, they were like, are you barefoot? Are you giving out feet for free? Toes and soles? What is wrong with you? I'm like, these are shoes. These are shoes. These are shoes. Relax.
I've done that where it looks like I'm not wearing shoes, but it's like invisible sandal that I kind of made. You're like, nope.
I actually do a fun one with Saki when I'm her zombie form because so Saki, it's a fun thing for the zombies in Zombieland Saga. Any of the bandages you see on them, they actually can't remove them. Those are basically medical grade body tattoos. So what I do for the bandages when I'm zombie form is I actually have the mummy pattern Zentai suit. But I don't like this. I don't like the texture of that one, so I wear that just to get the base of it, so I don't have to use as much bandage. And then I use a couple rolls of gauze from my arms, and then one for the right leg. So like this hand is full of the glove, and then I've got the gauze all around here, except for my fingertips, so I still have that access. But usually, even when she's in that form, she'll wear her shoe on her left foot, which is just normal. Her right foot, however, is bandaged all to hell. So what I do is I have on 2 socks and an insole inside of that legging, and then the regular sock on the outside. So I'm all completely cushioned, but it looks like I'm just wearing a sock. But the craziest thing about it is I will walk all over a massive convention center, even Katsucons with this. And I get back, and this is a white sock. It's barely gray when I get back up, so it's like, what the fuck?
Oh
No, it's clean, is what I'm saying.
Oh.
No, the sock is white and then goes to barely gray. Like you'd expect it to be darker than my shirt, but no, it. So that's my trick for making it look cosplay accurate, but also not hurting my foot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Considering what I was saying for a second.
Sorry.
So. No, you're all good. But yeah, the very funnier part about this year's fashion show was because I was doing Donkey Kong, I decided, because we stood at a hotel, me and Shell can attest to that.
Yep.
So we stood in a hotel. I took all the bananas from the breakfast catering and I kept them in my bag to use as like props. So what I was doing was I was leaving bananas randomly on like random tables. And then I had like 4 of them still in my pocket because the fursuit that I had that literally had many pockets. So I was just like, and then in the fashion show, literally the one of the people running the fashion show, she's like, "Are you eating a banana?" I'm like, oh yeah. And then I pulled another one out of my pocket, like, "You want one?" She's like, "Where are you getting these bananas from?" And I'm like,
What's that?
I'm like, do bananas not pop? Do bananas not, apparently come out randomly for you? That's a shame.
I will say, as someone who does produce things randomly, and I love and appreciate that. Sorry, I'm going to go a little bit of like, hey, be careful mode here, because one of my coworkers is actually pretty allergic to bananas. So maybe not plant them places, but definitely produce them if people are good for them.
Yes.
Yeah, I made sure to like at least keep them away from the huge crowd. I put them in silent places where somebody would just look from a distance, like, oh. And then there was someone dressed up as a spam tin from Deltarune, and he made a deal with me for one of his Chromer bucks because he had a whole bunch of Chromer bucks. And I literally traded one of my banana, like, here's something from my currency. Can I have your currency? Here we go.
If you do Donkey Kong again, if I might make a suggestion, because swag has become an increasingly popular thing at cons, get you a whole bunch of cheap fake bananas online, and you can just leave or plant those out and pass as a swag. And then that's also something that lasts a heck of a lot longer and is also allergy friendly.
Yes.
That's fair.
I say to someone who has no allergies, so but
But it was a great time. All I know is that afterwards I punished my feet very badly because the next day I was biker Bowser, so I had to wear the boots. And then after that, I'm like, okay, I get to wear regular sneakers on Sunday, but I'm like, ow.
yeah, I cosplay.
Healthcare.
Like I mentioned earlier, I cosplay Little Mac, and I have like actual boxing shoes for him. But the thing is, those are meant for like soft rings, not hard concrete convention floors.
Oh.
I have to put insoles on those now because there was one year Animazement where I dressed up as him for 2 days, and literally when I got home, my feet were throbbing for 36 hours. I'm not kidding, like actually throbbing.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I was cosplaying Solau from Fate Zero, and I had so much fun with two of my friends doing the Lancer group. But I was in 6-inch red heels. They were beautiful. They were great. But my gosh, I never had a bleeding blister until that moment, and never again. That was my last time wearing big high heels.
yeah,
Be careful, everyone.
I'll do various pairs of platforms because I also like to have that illusion of height. Because I'm not short. I'm the short end of tall at 5'7". But for some costumes like Dedue and Gowry from Slayers and a couple others, I like to wear platform boots just for that
I
added.
love Slayers.
Slayers.
I will have to show you Shellshock.
Like-
a fun set of photo shoots that me and my friend. So my Midna friend is also my Lena. So
Yep.
But yeah, and then the other fashion show that I did prior was me dressed up as Coops from Paper Mart at Thousand Year Door.
Yep.
Well, I was just raving. I was just waving like a little note, like, "Hi, don't kill me. I'm very shy. Hi, don't step on my head, please. Okay, I will be on my back all day. I don't want that. Thank you."
we actually had a whole Thousand Year Door group at the Dragon Con shoot that Shellshock shared the picture of, but unfortunately, some of them were late, so it got split into two. But they was good costumes.
Yeah.
Someone from that, like our friend Random, he loves Thousand Year Door. He actually has a really good video on that, and I got to voice Madame Flurry in that.
Ooh, cool.
I think he was gonna have me
Man,
do
I
one
should-
of the other characters, but yeah, you should watch.
But
We
yeah.
should do competitions.
But yeah,
You
that's
You should.
but yeah, that's
That's
my
fun, too.
that's my whole thing on like any type of events or cosplay stuff.
All right. So for me, I participated in competitions, some of which you have seen before, Hito. Like there were some Long Island retro competitions I participated in before we met. Like 2017 was my first, but 2018 was the only one where I actually won this medal right here for best cosplay performance. Because around that time, we were coming off of the hype of Super Mario Odyssey, so I had them play Jump Up Superstar while I had the Cappy hat on.
Damn right you did.
We tried it again in 2019 as well, but then like 2020 and 2021, like 2020 was pandemic, 2021, they weren't ready to bring it back yet. So 2022, I brought it back. And then same thing with 2023 and 2024. And I kind of felt like by 2024 that it was getting stale. So 2025, I decided to do something different and become Foreman Spike from the Super Mario Bros. Movie. But specifically, he's from the game Wrecking Crew for the NES. Where that was where Mario was a carpenter rather than being a plumber. And he quit his job of being a carpenter so he could be a plumber. But he didn't get a chance to be a plumber for long because he ended up having to go to the Mushroom Kingdom. So, where he became a hero saving Peach from Bowser. And And that's where, like, like me, Foreman Spike, I had to undergo so much therapy to get over Mario and Luigi betraying me because I made them. They wouldn't be where they are today if it weren't for me, those stupid Mario brothers. Anyway, okay, sorry, tangent. Anyway, so
Love tangents.
but in terms of other competitions, the only other one that I can recall participating in was that Smash tournament that I participated in back in 2015, where we were all in cosplay while playing Smash. But they did have a rule. They did have a rule in which, like, you didn't really have the cosplay to participate in the tournament, but they said cosplay was welcome. I just wanted to do it, and I did it. It was fun. I will still say, though, like, completely off tangent, so Halloween I want to bring up a story from Halloween 2013. So after the parade that I was at, where, like, they had, like, they always have the Halloween parade every year, like, in Lower Manhattan, where in, like, the Village area. And what happened is that afterwards, my friends and I, we went to go, we wanted to get food, but most places were full because there were so many cosplayers, like, just chilling and wanted to get food. And we decided to go to Taco Bell. And we had Taco Bell. And just as we were starting to get ready to wrap things up and get ready to head out, a fight broke. And then, like, people were throwing chairs and everything, and we just bolted the fuck out. Unfortunately, the video doesn't exist anymore, but there was a point where the video was up on YouTube, and, like, in, like, the 19 to 20 second timestamp, you would be able to see me cosplaying as Mario getting the hell out of there briefly. I always look back at that Taco Bell fight and just laugh.
That's amazing. Yeah, there's a few video collections where I've, like, been in a cosplay video where I've saved those. If anyone's ever interested, I can link those.
Yeah.
Sorry to jump in, Ange.
Oh, very good. Are you sure it wasn't a Waffle House?
Nope. It was definitely a Taco Bell. But I do have one more competition. It wasn't a cosplay competition, but I did it in cosplay. So, Neo Comic Con 2013, Nintendo was there. They had two booths. They had, like, their normal booth where it was, like, demo displays of upcoming games for the Wii U and the 3DS. And then they had another one where it was more competition. And I participated in a balloon fight tournament, like the NES balloon fight game. And I won. And you want to know what I won? I won $80 in Wii U eShop money, well, Wii U/3DS. And I also won a Wii U.
Hell yeah!
Whoa.
Like, it was the Zelda Wind Waker HD edition, but
That's cool, dude.
unfortunately I had to sell it because I needed the money.
Understandable.
But
Yeah.
That's still really cool.
I won that.
Oh,
And
winning though.
and then days later, Nintendo of America's social media, like at the time, like Facebook and Twitter, which still refuse to call it X, they've posted me, like, a picture of me as Mario holding on to the Wii U, and because of that, Nintendo invited me to an event at the end of that month where I actually got to play, like, a couple of video games with Reggie Fils-Aimé.
Whoa.
Yes.
So cool.
Cool.
So cool. I think I remember those pictures though.
Yeah, I was
And I
invited.
was like when I first met you, like he looks familiar, but I can't place it.
Well, here's the thing. In the very last Nintendo Direct of 2013, it was like the Summer Direct, there was a picture of me in it. There were two pictures of me in it. One in cosplay, and the other one where, like, I was with Reggie and a bunch of other people. And then I got to meet Reggie again. Like, I got to do another one of those events back in 2014, but this time I had Silverstone Condor with me. And
Yeah, go on.
And Reggie, but in 2014, Reggie had a amiibo with him. This is before the amiibos, shortly before the amiibos came out, but he had the Link amiibo. It was level 50 already, and it destroyed everybody in Smash. Like, we did an 8-player Smash, and because we got to play the Wii U version of Smash before it released, and that amiibo alone destroyed all of us, including him. and because that's like
Well, it should.
Amiibo can be very, very strong, stronger than even the human players. So, but
Yeah,
and then he talked about how much he actually loved the original Fantasy Life on the 3DS. Like he loved it. Like he spent like hundreds of hours. But yeah.
I love that.
No, that was it for me. Like, go ahead.
That was really cool, dude. Like, thank you so much for sharing that. Like, I know it's your podcast, but holy shit, I love that. No, like I've not got to meet him or do anything like that in the store. I mean, like, but if you guys remember the really awesome like Zelda Anniversary Skyward Sword collage that they had, there is a picture of me in that one.
Ooh, I gotta take a look at that.
Yeah, so basically you look for a picture of me. I can show you the original picture. It's me scuba diving, and I'm underwater. So I got my rig in my mouth and my mask on, and I'm just holding up my arm here. It's the 3 Triforce like silicone bands that they used to sell in the store there. So
Yeah.
there's my little connection with it. And the funny thing is, my mom, she was actually in New York around then, and I wasn't gonna ask her to get me anything at the store because I knew she did get me like a shirt, I think, which I was extremely grateful for. She did take a picture of that thing for me so I could try to find myself.
Yeah.
So she wasn't perfect, but there are some good. She did help on some things.
Yeah. But yeah.
That's so cool.
So
Very cool.
So now we're gonna bring it back to you, Mantle. The next question, I'll ask you the next question before, and then I'll also ask Hito and Ange as well. Before we do the community questions. So Mantle, how much does cosplay mean to you?
It means the world. It means the absolute world. Like, I know some of you see me introduce myself in my streams as 3 things. I am a marine biologist, I am a gamer, I am a cosplayer. Like, those, I would say, are the 3 most important things to me. If I had to add a 4th, it would be scuba diver, but that also ties in with marine biologist. But cosplay, to me, was extremely important even before I knew what cosplay was. Like, dressing up in any costume when I was a kid, whether just playing pretend or dressing up to be that character or for Halloween, oh, I was all about it. I mean, I was the 3-year-old who went to a neighborhood kid's birthday party, and I decided I want to dress up like a dentist to this party, and I dressed up like a dentist. And for knowledge, my dad's a dentist, so there's these cute little Polaroid pictures of like me sitting there with the dentist smock and the mask like pushed up on my head, and I've got the little brush in my mouth like that. And there's another one of me with the mask pulled down and oversized gloves on,
No.
and I'm looking real serious face holding the book of Bugs Bunny Goes to the Dentist. And for the longest time, I had remembered that this party was a costume party. But I look at the back of one of those pictures, I'm like, those other kids aren't in costume. And I finally, this year, asked my dad, he's like, no, it wasn't a costume party. You just wanted to dress up like a dentist. And I'm just, okay. But no, and like for Halloween, that was always one of my big things. I loved it to death. Like, even once I stopped trick-or-treating, it was always still a big thing for me. And then I said my first con was 2004. So I was a freshman in college, just about to be a sophomore. I would have liked to have started going to them sooner, but it wasn't as feasible. And I've mentioned this to a couple of you before, but not as much on stream. My late mother actually tried to make me give up anime. Clearly, she was very successful, but probably being part of that is why I wasn't able to get to one sooner. But yeah, exactly. That's a story for later, though. But cosplay to me is a way to, it's another way to have fun and express yourself and show your creativity and connect even further with a series that you love, characters that you love and identify as. Challenge yourself, get out of your comfort zone, connect with people. Like I mentioned earlier in the stream, the vast majority of friends I've made as an adult have been on the internet and or conventions. That's part of why Zelda and Splatoon both mean so much to me, because of how many, not just because of my memories in those games on my own, but the friends I have made via those and the friendships I have strengthened via those. Like, I met my best friend because of Legend of Zelda. She and I are both still massively into Legend of Zelda. She and I got into Splatoon at the same time. She never played it as much as I did, but still played it a lot. Mostly the first one. 2, not as much. 3, she didn't get into. She still loves the story, but she didn't get the game because she was starting to get motion sick in certain games at that point, and also just where she was in her life, her timing just was. But she still loves it, and she'll still randomly send me prompts about our characters and stuff. And a couple of my other close friends who live up north of me, we had met thanks to a convention. I got them into Splatoon. That's our big thing now. They call me Mantle in real life now. Like that, they don't call me by my legal name. They call me Mantle, which for those who don't know is the name of my Inkling character who I'm cosplayed as tonight. But for me, it's also a chance to, again, like I said, to connect with new friends and build further, stronger friendships. Like I mentioned that I run that Splatoon meetup. I have made so many friends with that, and I've kind of become like a mainstay at MagFest from just Splatoon, regardless of me also doing Nintendo. And because I'm apparently such a damn shapeshifter across my costumes, so sometimes people like see me later and compliment a different costume. I'm like, yeah, no, I saw you at the Nintendo shoot. I'm the one who ran the. Oh my god, that was you! Like, if you want an idea of a quick change, this year's Nintendo photo shoot, I dressed up as Senna from Xenoblade Chronicles 3. And then while the Pokemon shoot was happening, I was on shift. I ran into a quick change into Ulbrich from Octopath Traveler.
Nice.
So,
I was looking for someone to do Ulbrich because I do Alphen.
Oh no, oh god, you're a fucking perfect Alphen. What the shit? So when you and I meet, we need to definitely do the two of them together. Fun little thing with that, at the Square Enix photo shoot at MagFest in 2020, we had more Octopath Traveler character costumes than we did any other Final Fantasy combined, except for
Wow.
15 year. It was amazing. Like I have a friend squad who we cosplay the whole group. So, and I'm gonna be working on Hikari at some point. But yeah, Ulbrich, I identify very heavily with him.
Yeah.
And we actually like had 4 of us like walking around the con like this, like they're doing their little like. Fun thing you mentioned Alphen though with that real quick before I get back into it. I had developed laryngitis that weekend as well, and the new Alphen I had met, he actually had his little apothecary bag with some whiskey, and he gave me some, and I took it, gargled it, and it was like, my blade is on. But hope my mic didn't peak too bad there. But but no, it means so much to me to be able to enjoy these media and these series that I like in another way. Connect further with it, identify further with that character, make new memories, and even like just being able to build up your own skills. Like I'm not much of a sewer. I know more than I give myself credit for. I'm a builder. Like that Impa from Hyrule Warriors I mentioned, I built her all of her armor and her sword from the ground up. I'm going to build more armor. So Hito, if you want armor, I can happily chat with you. But there's some friends of mine who are no longer here, and I have good cosplay memories of them that will always be a part of that. That's actually part of why my Impa sword, made the Bigoron sword, is heavier than it should be, because he and I were doing the same method of the foam base, covering it with Warbler, and then gesso and plasti dip and everything. A little master sword is not the same as a 6+ foot tall sword covered in Warbler. I'm the only person who can lift and swing it around like crazy. But I wound up managing to do the description in the game of it of, one, they are very heavy, or they require great strength to wield, which I'm pure muscles. But it's also fun to, again, cosplay and conventions are also a community, much like we have here on Twitch, much like we have with the Shellshock community, and how we've all met thanks to retro games in particular. There are friends who, some of them I only see at conventions, but we still catch up like nothing's passed.
Yeah.
There are friends who we plan things out like conventions, like case in point. It's just another, I feel like I'm repeating myself here, but no, it means a lot to me. It is a core part of who I am, whether it's a costume I've made, bought, modified, doesn't matter. So long as you're enjoying it and are happy with it and being able to express that. And I'll finish off with just saying, like, part of what's going to be real special for me with it, like I said, I do cosplay mini versions of Saki from Zombieland Saga. I'm going to Japan in 2 weeks to Saga Prefecture. I am bringing at least one of her outfits to get some pictures there, and my friend is going to be Sakura. So being able to be in these real locations, like, we're going to be respectful, of course, but I know there's many Japanese cosplayers who do the same thing. And again, just it's a part of who I am. It's a way to express creativity. It's a way to enjoy that media, and a way to have good hangouts with friends.
Yep. It's the way to do it. Hito, how much does cosplay mean to you?
So, I have a very mixed feeling with cosplay. Cosplay. Did I say cosplay? Oh my god. Okay.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
No. It's not that. It's because I'm working in a Japanese company and I'm learning my Japanese very well. So my L's and R's have been shifting a lot.
Oh.
And I'm realizing it.
Oh, okay.
And what's worse, it fucks with my speech impediment. So I'm like, fuck. Okay. Damn. Let's no. Anyway. Daijoubu. So cosplay is a very mixed feeling for me because there was a reason why I did retire from it a while, and it was because of a lot of the fat phobia.
Yeah.
Which was very messed up. I used to try to play a lot of characters and like, oh, but he's not this fat. Oh, he's not this. I used to do Inuyasha. Inuyasha was one of my bigger ones that I did.
Yes.
And yeah, Inuyasha. I loved Inuyasha. I did Shaman King cosplays too. I did the Sun for one of them as well, which I was like, ooh, the Sun. He's a bigger guy. I won't literally get shitted on this time. Amazing. Because I actually
been featured on a cosplay picture shaming blog, so I feel you here.
So legitimately, it sucks because I had at that point I'm like, I love cosplay, but it's not worth like my mental health right now as it is. So I literally stopped for years, and I only started cosplaying again when LA Retro happened. I went with my partner, and we saw a few of the cosplayers there, and we're like, this is making me want to do this again. And that's why the next year I ended up getting my cosplays ready. I got Banjo ready for Banjo-Kazooie. I got Moneybags ready, and then I also did Luigi, which was just overalls and a hat and everything. But I also got the gloves too, and I also finally made one of my hammers, so I was able to make like a giant hammer to do the thing. That's why I was telling Shell, like, Shell, we can literally do Superstar Saga, and we can make you a hammer, and we can go in on this.
Yeah.
Do it.
Eventually I'll do it.
I was actually picking up like gloves that pick up static very quickly, just for like little static clings, so I could do the little andara, just. But I started doing my cosplay after that. Cosplay, I was kind of divided. I didn't have that much of a community. I have more of it now with the cosplayers I've met now, which is great. So it means a lot to just go back into that at least. And I felt there was a part of me that felt like you were on hiatus for like almost 11 years, and now you're back. All this time you were worrying about what people were thinking about you. And I'm like, oh, that didn't help because of the fact that I had like some sort of a body dysmorphia to go with it, because I'm a bigger guy, so I get tired of people like recommending bigger characters for me to do. But now I unapologetically do muscled up characters on purpose just to piss people off, because they're like, oh, but he's not fat, he's full of muscle, and which Azura isn't a male, but look at me. I'm hot.
If I can add something real quick on that, like, this is from a panel that I did with a friend on cosplay. There are two big ways that you can really think about for cosplays. You can either make your body work for the cosplay, or the cosplay work for your body.
Exactly.
And again, as all of us know, cosplay, it doesn't matter what your assignment at birth is. It doesn't matter what your gender is, your height, your age, your weight, your race, your ability, whatever. You dress up as who you want because you want. Like, I'll be honest, like, I was built to be a blacksmith. I have like old barracks frame, and I cosplay Senna. She's crazy strong, but she's svelte. I still cosplay her. I've made the cosplay work for my body, and I'm actually really happy with the metamorphosis I pull off with her.
Yeah.
But no, it's, again, just anyone like,
yeah.
I've had people like, oh, I can't Why?
Who said?
Although I will say a fun preview for once I am legit much older. My Midna friend and I, we have plans to cosplay Kome and Kotake.
Aw.
We can do it now, but it'll be funnier once we're actually old.
But yeah, that's why cosplay is very mixed for me specifically. I'm happy to now be re-inspired into cosplay. So the fact that I've been working with foam a little bit better now. Hell, foam is what actually I learned how to use leather adhesive and foam in cosplay to make Bowser's leather shell from freaking Mario Kart World, because I noticed his shell was like denim and leather. So I was like, we're using leather adhesive. We're using foam for the shells. What we're going to do is add some now duct tape to give the shell the silver aesthetic, so it looks silver to go with it. Add a little shine to it. Oh my god, this is pretty. Oh, add the buckles to the shell's white lining. That I made the white lining out of literal leather adhesive as well. I was like, this is the literally. My friend said like, this is the most workshopped ghetto ass show I've ever seen, but you made it work. I'm like, yes, thank you. I was going for that. I was going for workshops because it was.
Yeah.
And I didn't care. I was like, yo, I came in here with this leather jacket. I didn't have metallic steel toes for my boots. I made those out of duct tape, and they came out clean. And even better, last minute cosplay idea, because somebody mentioned it. I blame Mike for this. He's like, you should have had a chain chomp with your Bowser cosplay, like they have from like a not a Super Mario RPG. I'm like, you don't say. Can you get me a black ball from Walmart, please? I had so much black leather adhesive left that I literally just covered that ball in black leather adhesive. I made the eyes. I took one of the cloth bags that I took, one of the, the Save the Earth bags.
Mm-hmm.
I say that. I call them the Save the Earth bags. I took one of those, cut those into the red shaped mouth, and then added the white leather adhesive to make the teeth all around the red mouth. And then I took one of my collars, my chain collars, took the harness piece, the D-ring to the harness that I had with the chain collar, and then made literally the leash. And I'm like, this came out badass for 20 minutes. Hold on.
And I can attest to that because I know that you were working on that. The fact that you made that at the last minute was very impressive, Hito.
Just 20 minutes. I was like,
Cool, man.
And at that time I already had my hair wax, because I did a red hair wax for the beard and the hair, so that way it matches the wig that I had. My paluca, it had to look red. Paluca, please. I was like, so I went in on that cosplay along with my other ones too, and it was great. I was like, I love being crafty. This is what my drag friend said. Like, you listen, if you start doing drag, you have to learn how to be crafty. And I'm like, I think we just learned how being crafty can help.
Yep.
True.
Really quick on that. Like we were saying, like how much it means. Like I'm sorry for the mix, but that's valid. Like mine's pretty positive. But I mentioned meeting friends via cosplay. One of our friends who just hopped in the chat there, Kira Fox. She is one of those friends I met via cosplay, and she's a friend I'm going to Japan with.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
So cosplay literally brings people together.
It does. It absolutely
Like,
does.
she was cosplaying as Marie, and I was cosplaying as Mantle. So apparently she always sees me as a squid kid, but yeah, no, so cosplay brings people together.
Yep.
Yeah, that's my meaning of cosplay.
All right. Good stuff.
I'm proud of you, Hito, and I'm glad you're back at it.
100%. Inch.
And I can use it for Twitch. Cosplay. So yay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, your turn, Inch. How much does the cosplay mean to you?
Oh, so man, yeah, no, I completely understand the body thing, and that's why I also paused for a little bit, because I was just like, some of these aren't fitting anymore, and I'm like, I'm getting older, and it's just like, I had to talk to myself. I was like, what do you mean you're getting older? You can make things to yourself. Like, you're creative. What happened? So I'm gonna get back to that. Thank you. You guys also are very inspiring. Just so you know. Just to let you know. But yeah, so cosplay means so much to me. I have a degree in theater, and there is such a theatricality to cosplay that is so much fun. And I loved theater, I did. But then I got burnt out from it. And I feel like cosplay kind of continued that feeling that I get when I connect with other people and you do a production. You're basically doing a production especially when you're with a group. You're making sure everyone has something together. Some people have certain skills. Maybe you're going to do a sketch or something, or a big photo shoot. So you set up everything. And I think that is what really got me into cosplay. But I have friends that I have had for now like 17 years, and I wouldn't be here without them. And it's such a it's such a like important thing for a lot of people. And I think our cosplay communities, I know I'm from the West Coast, and I notice there is a big difference in attitude sometimes. There are some people on the East Coast that are a little more, they take it like a profession, and they take it too far, and then they lose the play in cosplay.
Right.
And in the West Coast, it's a little more easier, but I feel like that's also the case. And because it's becoming more mainstream, we're losing that play and that like, hey, time out. We're a bunch of nerds dressing up. And we're a bunch of nerds using our craft, our abilities, our talents. And we really need to like come together sometimes, because I feel like we should be supporting each other. And that's what cosplay's taught me a lot, is that like, we get in each other, because how we are, as we've always been like the weird people maybe at high school and all that stuff. We get in our heads. But through cosplay, we meet people that, we realize we're not alone. And it's so important. Cosplay just means just a way to like just meet people, connect. I know I'm repeating what everyone said, but it's so true. It's so important. True. And I there's so many things. I wouldn't be here. I know a couple of you, like, I wouldn't have the girlfriend I'm with right now who I'm going to see. And it's so important. And I need to get back to it.
Yep.
I think that's where, like, I'm losing my creative, like, way to touch, like, to things. And I think it actually does heal you.
It does.
In some ways. Yeah.
And it's valid to take that break, too.
And what you said about like cosplay bringing together and all of it being a production, and we're just nerds being in costumes. It's the same thing as my drag sister would say. My drag sister would say straight out, like, we're queer men in wigs making a bit and having comedy and a good time and making everyone happy. Jesus, get over it. And they brought that up. Then they literally bring that out specifically because of the whole drag ban that was threatening our society. So legitimately, like, yeah, you know what? I'm happy you said it like that. Exactly.
And really quick, and cosplay is also a really great safe way for understanding. Like for me, for example, I'm still learning like my pronouns. Mm-hmm. So what I've been doing is when I cosplay male characters, I go by he, him. And that's been helping me. And I feel like there's like cosplay does things like that too. And it's just great.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, I'm glad you mentioned that too. Like with there is unfortunately some elitism that's happened as it's become more and more mainstream. But on the flip side, and I say this as someone who has still been going to those cons, while there are pockets of that, they are very thankfully a minority. And because more and more of us are aware that that's happening, and we continue to be the positives and just let them do their own thing, I'm not going to say it's not there, but it is a minority. And if you don't seek it out, it's not. Whatever. And I say this as someone who goes to Katsucon, which usually gets shat on for some of the elitism there, but I go to Katsu and I treat it as a chill hangout con. No. And that's regardless of the staff there. But no, it's like literally just, there are some people who get into it. And there's a fine line between taking your own craft seriously versus taking it too seriously. And like you might be able, whether you're judging like for a cosplay contest or anything else, you might be able to objectively say like, oh, well, this technique's better than this one, but that doesn't mean that you're just noticing that as something. That doesn't mean you need to be a jerk about it or say anything. Like, there have been countless times I have met someone who's been cosplay as the same character I have, and just for whatever objective level of it, it wasn't the same quality. I still made a point of fucking complimenting them and be like, oh my gosh, you look great, let's get a picture together. And it's not because I'm not taking pity, because I'm connecting with someone who loves that character too.
Yeah.
So
exactly. prom dress syndrome happens sometimes. And I'm like, stop.
I've never heard that way. That's a good way to describe it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a fun way to be you. And like you were saying with gender, I'm non-binary. I'm gender fluid. I can present whichever way I want. And if anyone's seen the Haruka from Sailor Moon meme, I had so many friends sending me that when it first came out.
Yeah.
Am I a man? Am I a woman? Nobody knows, but everyone finds me hot, and that makes everyone gay.
Yep.
I love that meme. I love Sailor Moon was one of my first animes.
It's same and my favorite, so yeah.
Yeah. So, in regards to me, like, cosplay does mean a lot to me because it's actually, like, it took me to realize just what exactly I can do. I take what I like, but it also lets me meet new people I otherwise would never have met in the first place. And I have plenty of friends who are really good friends of mine to this day, and there are people who I see every now and then. Like, we're not close, but we always enjoy talking to each other. But for me, cosplay is all about, like, just wanting to find a different side of you that you want to explore, and seeing just the fact that I always think that people always have some sort of untapped potential inside them that they need to unlock. And the only way to do that is finding something they love and express it in a way that that suits them. Like in this case, cosplay. I like to find something I'm at the point where I want to challenge myself. Just what can I do? And what works for someone like me? Because what I am is basically I'm just some average Joe Schmo. Not really. Don't take what I just said right there seriously. But I'm just someone who wants to find, like, the best place for me in this world. And cosplay is a good way to do it. The way to do it is just to find find a character I like and just dress up as them. Or I ask people, does this work for me? Or does that work for me? What do you guys think? That's what I do. But for me, like, I've dealt with people who tell me I should not cosplay this or that because of who I am, what I am, and all that. And I don't buy into that. I don't buy into that because I don't want people to tell me, oh, you're not supposed to cosplay as this character. You're not such and such. No. I don't play by that rule. That's not a rule. That is being a bigot. I want to cosplay something that makes me happy. And look at me, like, I am like 6 foot. I'm like pretty heavy guy. I don't care what anyone tells me. I can do what I want. And if I want to cosplay as Foreman Spike, I'm gonna be Foreman Spike. That's how I'm gonna do it. So for me, I just want to figure out what I can do to challenge myself, find myself, and find the character that works the best for me. So for that, the reason what makes cosplay meaningful for me is to continue to challenge myself.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So I will say one other thing, that yes, I 100% agree with cosplays for everyone. Yes. No matter who or what you are, anyone can cosplay whoever they want and whatever they want. And there is a question in the community that I'm going to actually bring up in a little bit, but I just want to also bring up something else. Just because cosplay is for everyone, it does not mean that cosplay equals consent. It doesn't mean that.
Cosplay is not consent.
Because there have been... What? You're going to say something, Hito?
Yep. I said yep.
Because here's the thing. There are people who cosplay as a way to be a creep to other people. Especially guys who want to be creeps to women. And to the point where conventions have to put up signs where it says that cosplay does not equal consent, because there's always going to be like an incident or two that happens where someone's going to like find ways to be creepy to women who are cosplaying, and they don't like taking no for an answer, that's not okay. No means no for a reason.
Real quick, I'm going to add on with that, both as someone who's gone to a lot of cons, does a lot of cosplay, and actually staffs some conventions. Even in front of my photo shoots, that's one of our first things we announce is that cosplay is not consent. And that's anything from the real skeezy stuff to just, even if you don't feel like having your picture taken, that's still a type of consent. And if you are ever, and I'm sorry if anyone already knows this, but I feel I'd be remiss if we didn't mention it since you brought up that really excellent point, Shell. If you are ever made to feel uncomfortable by anyone, whether it's the really whatever level of incident, if it is just you're done and you just don't feel like having your picture taken, someone comes up, oh my gosh, can I take a picture of you? And you say no, you've taken away that consent. I actually had to give a statement on a dude a few cons ago who had already been a problem person, and I was happy to have my picture taken by most people, but I knew who this person was and I didn't want any interaction with them.
No.
And I told them no. They goaded in and still took a picture of me. I immediately went to con security. That person now has a few years hint ban from that convention. I wish it was permaban, but I'll still take it. But even if it is, I don't want to downplay it, but even if it is as simple as someone took a picture of you without your consent like that, go to con security. Just go on ahead and tell them, and because they can't do anything if they don't know. And that's how we help keep the community safe. And that's part of why I like that regardless of when or what conventions we go to, that's also part of why I feel that older cosplayers should continue to go to cons. Because I know some people back out of it. It's like, no, keep going to cons because monkey see, monkey do. You have to set a good example. Anyone else is not going to understand, hey, don't photobomb pictures. Don't be a creep. Don't do this. And yeah, you're going to find all sorts of types at conventions, but if something's going on and you feel like you can talk to them, do. But if not, doesn't matter. Just go to staff. They will handle it. And if they don't handle it, then that's not a convention you want to go to.
Right.
Right.
Or the middle events, like if they don't handle, like go above them, like go above to like their department head. And then other than that, because
Yeah, like what honestly makes me upset about all that is the fact that there are people who, unfortunately, like, because I've heard stories where back like years ago where there are people who have posted on social media about like having like someone being a creep and all that, and then all of a sudden what happened is that there were conventions that did not protect the person. They were pretty much just like writing it off as a non-issue, and then it's like, if conventions protect these people, then and it's not safe for people to go to the convention, no one's gonna go. No one's gonna go.
But this way, I've been to conventions where a certain convicted voice actor has been at. I don't go to those cons anymore. Now, granted, there were some who had invited him before we learned everything. But
Yeah.
There's one con in Texas where he constantly invites himself to. They're one of the only shows that invites him, but they're a shit show of their own. That's another story. But yeah, no, just that said, if there's an issue, go to con staff. If they're not handling it, go to their supervisors. If those supervisors aren't handling it, don't go to that con. And I know it can suck because we were chatting earlier in the chat that it can be tricky, especially if your friends are going to this con or that's the only con that's near you.
Mm-hmm.
I know it sucks.
Yeah, it does.
There are other cons. There are other cons. And there's always new spaces for that. And I think that because cons have become even more prolific and there's more of them, there are more options for that. So,
which is good.
Yeah. Like, I do want to bring up one incident that happened back in 2018 at Long Island Retro, and this was before we met. But there was an incident that happened where right after the cosplay contest ended, because I've met there was a group cosplay who won the year before, and they also won that year too. They were cosplaying as Splatoon characters, and like the year before that they were cosplaying as Team Skull, but that year they were cosplaying Splatoon, And then all of a sudden, there was this one guy who was working the convention, and he happened to be like a huge creep towards one of the cosplayers, to the point where they went to some of the other staff and reported him, and now that guy's banned for life from Long Island Retro.
Yeah, guys, don't be creeps. Like, it's not worth getting banned from a convention and having your name on like a hit list or something. Like, come on. You don't want to be on a bounty list.
Yeah, don't be weird. It sucks, and I'm glad it's changed now. But growing up and like doing cosplay, like in my teens and my early 20s and stuff, I think I dodged a lot of things because I'm going to say her name, Cassie. I love you, Cassie. Has always protected me whenever I cosplayed, because she usually was the guy and I usually was the girl, or like certain things like that. Or I have had many awkward situations where I've gotten hit on while cosplaying kids. Like, and that's where I'm saying, like, there are people that are just weird. And I'll give an example. I was like 18. 19. I was cosplaying, I'm sorry, I'm going to say it, Hitalia. And I was Sealand, who was a 13-year-old boy.
You're into it. That's fine.
Yeah. I'm not into it anymore, but back in the day. Yeah. But I was cosplaying a boy, Sealand. And I kept getting hit on. And I'm just like, this is weird. So yeah, don't be weird. And also,
Seriously.
you should not be allowed at a con if you're hitting on kids. That's the other thing too.
Yeah, and another one I want to share. Like, I myself have not had to do this exactly, but this is, again, for everyone, regardless of your identity or presentation. If you are genuinely being made uncomfortable, and go find staff. If you don't find staff, though, like if you're like in the middle of the dealer's hall or something, or in between. This has been like, this periodically makes the rounds on social media. If you see a group of people who look nice and friendly come up and like basically like, hi, how are you guys doing? But basically like, make it obvious that you're trying to get away from someone. And most of us, like, I'll just tell you right now, like let's say I didn't know Ange and she came up to me like that. I'd be like, hey, come on, we're just going to go check this out now. And once we're out of earshot, I'm like, hey, are you okay? What's going on?
Yeah.
So
I've had to do that before.
Yeah,
I've had to do that multiple times.
Do that.
Yeah.
I've not had to, but I've been on the receiving end of it.
Yeah.
What I have also done, I do this also when I don't want people to like ask me for whatever stuff. I will fake that I'm on a phone call. So
Yeah.
I'm also the person who I'll throw this at anyone who's ever at a convention with me, even if you're not. If you need someone to have an emergency, message me. I will have an emergency. I will make an emergency.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, and it's like, I hate that we have to have these safety nets, but I'm also grateful that more and more of them are things that we're aware of and are able to better communicate that. But yeah, just always ask for permission for things, always be respectful. And remember that the other cosplayers are people too. Like I've even, like, not as much creepy, but I've had people who just got obsessed with me and would follow me around because they liked my costume. And there was this Rose Quartz cosplayer, Animazing, one year when I was Hyrule Warriors Impa, and she's just going on and on and on. Not in a creep way, but in a will you please just leave me alone way, but also in a I'm a Zelda fan and a Zelda expert. This bag of Monday words is trying to tell me, oh, I and Sheik are two different people. And I'm literally trying to explain to her how, one, that breaks canon, two sides of the same soul. It's literally described how this is who she is. And finally, she gets, I can, but I like this better.
Oh my god.
And I literally then just look at her like, well, she's the same as her and Tetra. Like both Zelda Sheik and Zelda Tetra, they're two sides of the same soul. They are the same person. There's multiple parts. Like, oh, I think so. Two different people too, and at that point, I just walked away. I'm like, end of conversation.
No worries.
That's where it all ends.
I should have been done before then, but it's like, no, let me gently correct you because the internet has lied to you.
Yeah.
But so even if it's something as minor as that, you are under no obligation to hang out or be subjected to anything, whether it's full on stuff I shouldn't say on Twitch behavior, or I just don't feel the vibe.
Yep.
I'm glad that we had that little like lead in there. Thank you, Shellshock.
No problem. Like
No is an answer.
I kind of felt like it should honestly be talked about that because unfortunately there's a lot of people who just refuse to listen.
Yeah,
so
no, for sure. Again, that's why that we have to be there to set the good example and still make a good and fun space for everyone.
So long story short, cosplay does not mean consent. No means no, and if you're being a creep, get the fuck out and never come back.
Simple as that.
Yeah. So, community questions. So Lemon Square asks, what is your favorite cosplay that you've seen so far? There's so many amazing cosplay I've seen over the years, but it's just hard to pick the one that you've seen that is your favorite. It's hard to pick one. But of the ones I've seen from other people, I still say that there was a Sephiroth back at PAX East. That was amazing. Like, he was like really tall, and he actually looked the part very well. Like, he was like built. He was built for the part. He had the Masamune. He had everything. So that one.
For me, I'm trying to also get into fursuiting so I can do certain type of cosplays later on down the line. Because I am both a fursuiter and a furry. I identify as both, technically speaking.
Yeah.
Because there will be times that I'll use fursuiting for cosplay, but I'm not trying to let out my furry persona. But there are times that I would actually like to let out that situation by actually finally having the fursuit. But that'll be my original project at the end of the day and not a cosplay.
Yeah.
But there was this one cosplayer at LA Retro that did a really cool Rolsei cosplay from Deltarune, and he had the goat head and everything.
Oh,
it
yeah.
looked really good. He had the little hands. Had the Rolsei. I'm like, okay. I was gonna do Rolsei at one point, and then I saw this. So I'm like, I'm still gonna do it, but I need to learn how to fursuit so I can get it to that level of detail because I have to recycle the goat head anyway. Because one of my future cosplays do require it.
Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I'll see if I can find it. I'll post in the guest room.
I have it.
All right.
I want to see.
Yeah.
I have it on my Instagrams because I was like, ooh, Instagrams, nice.
Yeah, I'm just looking for it right now.
Oh wait, it's not here. Damn it. Okay.
While he's looking for that, I can't fucking decide. Regardless of any of my own cosplays or my friends or people who've come to my photo shoots, they're all the best. And I'm not trying to make a cop out, but they're all just really cool. And
is that
I will go ahead. I'll go ahead and like mention like one that I'm looking to happen to fruition. I cosplay Ninjara from ARMS.
Ooh.
Cool.
Our friend Ash is also a cosplay buddy of mine. Ash said
Yes,
hi.
that one.
And
Yep.
she is hoping to cosplay Twintel with me someday.
Ooh, nice.
Well, I actually want. I actually wanted to also cosplay with Ash because she does Frida from Busted Groove, and I do both Gas O and Ham from Busted Groove as well.
Well,
And sorry, go on, Shellshock.
I was gonna say if you're gonna do like a group cosplay for ARMS, so if you got Ninjara and Twintel, I actually want to be Min Min.
Yes! Oh my gosh, please be my Min Min! I've only ever seen like a picture of one other Min Min and a Spring Man and a Ribbon Girl, and I really want to meet all of them. But yeah, no, I love Ninjara. He's not everyone knows who he is, but I always get compliments, and he's so fun.
Yep. Also, real quick, I'll do my best. Also, real quick, Hito, is that the one?
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah, because I was just scrolling through my pictures.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna post some more
amazing.
for you guys to see.
Yeah. And the whoa. Damn.
Now, this one's not exactly a cosplay, but it's more of a puppet.
Gotcha. Whoa.
I see this person every year. Like he's actually a really good ventriloquist. Like he has the King K. Rool puppet.
Cool.
It didn't help when he saw me in the Donkey Kong cosplay.
Love that. Other good ones I've seen, well, aside from like the perspective ones, like my whole Octopath group, they're all amazing. Very nice, dude.
Oh, look at me.
They're all amazing. My friend Silver does a beautiful Primrose.
Oh, wow.
That's also
good.
on my.
Chomp Chomp looks great.
That's also actually on my list. Doing Primrose, because as I did the Azura one, I'm like, ooh, I want to do a Primrose gender man. This would be great.
Yeah, I could talk about
it
later, but other good, amazing ones. My friends Midna's, both of them. Those one of my friends who I was close friends with him in middle school and high school before I transferred schools. We reunited at a Zelda photo shoot where I was Wolflink and he's dressed up as Demise. And I see him and I'm like, dude, you look so amazing. He's like, hey, you look fantastic too. Like, you sound really familiar. And then he asked me if I was legal name, and I said yes. And he asked my last name. I said yes. And then he exclaims his name, and we're like, and then just Demise and Wolflink are just bear hugging each other. No one knows what's happening, but they all start cheering.
Aww.
So that was a fun reunion there. And any of the Inklings or other characters who come to my Splatoon photo shoots, like the creativity that we get there is always top notch. I also cosplay Big Man, and like one year there was 3 of us. There's like I was like a Kigu version. There was someone who had like a claw version, and one of my other friends who was human version. I just literally everything. I cannot list a favorite cosplay, but I'll just cop it out and say anything my friends have done. The really awesome ones, the people who come to my photo shoots. Those. I love cosplay.
Yeah, cosplay is amazing. Do you have any, Ange?
Oh, there's so many. And I totally want to brag about my girlfriend. She is so good with like she's made so many large swords and it's just she's great. She's also cosplays Eddie Munson and made the guitar. And it looks so real. It's so cool. Like the way, just the time she took to paint and like just get everything. But yeah, I've seen some really like, I don't know if you guys know Fate, like Fate Stay Night, Fate Zero.
I'm familiar with the series.
There was this guy who's cosplaying Gilgamesh, the guy with the blonde hair and like the golden suit. It was like most of it was actual real like metal. And that was pretty intense and insane. And I just looked at it and I was like, are you okay? It's thankfully it was like January in California, so it wasn't too bad. It was anime Los Angeles. But I was just like, is this guy gonna be okay? He needs to stay indoors. He should not be outside. It's like 79 degrees outside. We're just like, and sunny.
Yep.
So, nope, the worst. Not good for that. But yeah, I've seen so many. I love when people do LEDs too. Like they do like lights. I've seen really cool like Kill la Kill cosplays where they did like the wig and like just LEDs. It's just people are so amazing.
So real quick,
so many amazing people.
Shellshock, is it cool if I post a link in the chat to the Instagram picture of my Hyrule Warriors group?
Go right ahead. If you guys have links of any type of pictures, feel free to post it in the stream chat or in the podcast guest room.
If anyone's interested in my Instagram, I know I need to post more than I will with my. But that's my Instagram right there. The Guardian. The Guardian. I'm the Guardian.
Yep.
That's
Love
me
it.
as Impa with my friends as Zelda, Link. Oh, Zelda and Link are actually a wife and husband pair, and that's our friend as Ganondorf. And my friend who's the Zelda made all 3 of their costumes. I met them thanks to those costumes, and they're some of my closest friends to this day, because that was a Zelda photo shoot where the organizer didn't show up to at Katsucon. I wound up taking it over and befriended them because we're all dressed up as Hyrule Warriors, and like legit, they're all some of my closest friends to this day.
Yep.
So theirs are some of my favorites too. Like, but yeah, just like anything from any of the series I love, or the more obscure costumes. They're all good.
Oh, really quick, which channel did you share it in?
I started in the Twitch
Podcast
chat.
guest room.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, you could check. You could post a podcast guest room as well. Like if you want to post whatever.
I'll go ahead and put it in there too.
Yeah.
Which I should be following this one, so let's do that.
I need to share stuff after stream.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Instagram and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So like I was like, I mean, that's a great question, but it's also like, ow.
So.
One of my other friends, like, she also like she cosplays Rainbow Road. She made it a ball gown.
What?
Oh, it's fucking gorgeous. And she also cosplays it's not a yukata, but it's a Japanese style shorter covering, which is she's basically a PlayStation. And she's got like the analog sticks for the headband and then the buttons and everything across the sleeves. But no, she is a ball gown of Rainbow Road. And it's from N64.
I just realized I could also pull off a cosplay, like, because I'm cosplaying as Foreman Spike, but since Icepick pointed it out, I could also, there was a wrestler I could cosplay as. He goes by Big Boss Man back in the old WWF days. The original version of it, he dressed up like a cop, though he has a second version of it where he's like wearing like a SWAT uniform. Mm-hmm. But I could pull off like the old one. I kind of look like that too. Yeah, you're right.
My my biker Bowser is in the chat.
Yep. Yeah, I'll just look at there's the Instagram. Yeah, because like cosplay, just like we have like so many interesting cosplays that we've seen. However, in terms of wanting to know like other cosplays that we want to do in the future, Kyle Gamer asks, what characters would you like to cosplay that you haven't cosplayed before?
I'll hop in. My absolute dream cosplay, it's a matter of when, not if, is Impa from Ocarina of Time. I would also like to do her Skyward Sword version, various other incarnations, because like she's my favorite character in all of media. And just, yes. I also would like to be Morag Ladare from Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Cool.
I'm working on her because my friend who's not played the game yet wants to be my Bridget, and I'm excited about that. Gosh, there's so many others that I really want to do. Oh, there's another Zelda one that I really want to do. Yep. I want to be one of the Silent Realm Guardians from Skyward Sword, like with the big sword, and I'll just stand around on Ice and Foreboding, and when a Link cosplayer walks by, I just wake up and start following them.
Yep.
But yeah, like any of the versions of Impa, that's my grandest goal right now. There's a few other outfits of Saki's from Zombieland Saga I really want to do. I want to do her Toko dance outfit. That's like, I've already done my dream for hers, which is her Do You Hate Windy Days outfit. But definitely that one. I actually have a list if I can find it. I mean, then obviously it's always fucking adding in. Oh god, I've already done each of these. I need to update this like yesterday. Never mind. but yeah, so like various other Zelda cosplays. Even though I already have like Mantle's full cosplay, so for Mantle, his in-game gear has been the same since Splatoon 1. So I've got the splash goggles, I have his green zip hoodie, complete with the Firefin logo. He actually wears the Fugu tee under it, which I'm not wearing that tonight just because Zombie Movie Day. Oh, thank you, Dragon. I appreciate that. And he wears the Pro Trail boots. But I am actually a Crack-On Splat Roller main, and I want to build that weapon. I did build a custom E-Liter 3K from the first game, as that was my secondary weapon. Some of you might be like, but Mantle, the rollers are main. Why didn't you build that first? Well, here's the thing. I was having to fly to MagFest when I built this, and it's a lot easier to break down a charger than it is a roller. Also, the first Splatoon photo shoot that we did, we had rollers and shooters. There were no chargers, so I made sure to make a charger. But yeah, so there's even just looking around. Yeah, the biggest ones are like various versions of Impa.
Yeah.
And a few other outfits and props. So yeah. Oh, there is one other gag one I'm coming up with. I'm sorry. I recently played the first Assassin's Creed because I've played like 2 through Valhalla, excluding Rogue because it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize until I was doing a mission that Altair can't swim. He just desynchronizes when he falls in water. So I told my friend who loves Assassin's Creed the way I do Zelda, I said, I'm increasingly tempted to do a fucking crossover cosplay. An assassin Inkling, Altair Incan Labide. And like dualies instead of dual blades or something. But so yeah, I might do an assassin Inkling sometime because of that one thing where he fucking can't swim and desynchronizes.
Yep. Let's see. What is your dream cosplay, Hito?
Oh, I have multiple. So I'm trying to finish one for next year. I want to fully pull off Asgore from Undertale, and I want to make the armor too. But I want to variate this cosplay to the point where I can do armor for Asgore, or I could wear the little the daddy Asgore outfit, which she wears like the sunflower Hawaiian shirt, some jeans, and runs the flower shop, which is like really, really cute. And I want to do that for like a casual time at least when I'm not.
You know, you're reminding me. I also want to do Ryoma.
And then along with that, I also, this is going to be related to one of your other questions that you have from your fans, but I do want to do Barrett in my own way.
Yep.
So because again, I have a tendency to choose literally like father-like figures as like a cosplay thing for me. That's why I also technically went as my last minute switch to Donkey Kong for LI Retro was that base because watches Pauline the whole time, watches small baby small like child Pauline the whole time, saving her from like being crystallized again and shit like that. All of that good stuff.
Yeah.
So I love that whole thing, and that's why I ended up doing that. I should have at least made a prop Odd Rock at the very least. That would have been fun to at least do, but I would like to do Asgore at some point because I'm doing that. And then the one that I would like to do in a dream group cosplay, if anyone has heard of the game Amori.
Yes.
Please,
I haven't played it yet, though.
please, I need a group of 3 other people, including myself. It'll be 4 people. I'm going to pull off Amori. I need an Aubrey, a Kel, and a Hero. That's it.
Ooh.
Because I legit want to do the small group of them just being like friends. And if I really want to take it further, we could add 2 more people who would do Basil and Mari. So legitimately, I would love to literally do that because that would be fantastic. Because it'll give me a reason to dye my hair black a little bit because I kind of want to like hair wax my hair like completely black. Make myself look like pale and sickly a little bit because technically speaking, Amori is more paler than is because he's a mental construct. So again, mental construct, different story. Don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that, chatters.
Yeah.
But along with that, it just looks great. It's fantastic. All I have to do is carry around a knife, not an actual knife, but a knife. Aubrey gets to use her bat, her bat with nails in it. Technically speaking, I'll bake the nails in with foam. It's not an issue. So that way, it's like, is that a weapon with nails? But I'm like, it's foam. See that? See that? Smack me as hard as you can with it. Show 'em. Just see, no blood. We're good. Sir, you're bleeding a little bit on the nose. I have a very sensitive nose. It's a whole different story.
The air is dry.
The air is dry. Someone just has to. Kel just has to carry around a ball because he uses a ball as a weapon. He literally just throws a ball around and then ricochets it off of the walls and hits multiple people. And then Hero just gets a frying pan because he cooks. He's the healer of the team. Oh. And yes, it's exactly like Earthbound. Which, speaking of Earthbound, I'm doing my last one, father figure again, but this is a tragic father figure. I'll be doing Flint from Mother 3.
Ooh.
My wife, my wife and son, where are they?
Are they?
which he finds out, and then you'll see that scene that he just takes a literal burning log from the fire and start literally going rampant after finding out dead wife.
Yeah.
And that's just the first chapter, so not really a spoiler. Have fun with that.
All right.
Yeah.
Ange, do you have any dream cosplays?
I need to. Like, I have a lot.
Cosplay with me.
Like, I know. I think that's the other thing too. Some of my friends, because of course COVID kind of, a lot of things happened. And a lot of friends kind of got out of cosplay because of that. So I think that was my issue too. Sometimes I just cosplay with friends. I need to also cosplay for myself.
Yes,
But
absolutely.
because of that, and I'm going to just do it because I don't care what my body looks like. I'm short, 5'2", and a little stout with a booty. I should just cosplay like whatever I want. I've cosplayed Prompto
right.
from Final Fantasy 15, who is a linky dude, yet I did it. So why am I stopping myself? Exactly. So I want to cosplay more Final Fantasy characters. I really adore certain characters, and I don't know. Sometimes I cosplay characters that I have a crush on too. But like, it's like I think it's time for me to finally cosplay Yuna.
Yes,
I
go for it.
have heterochromia, so I have one blue and one brown eye. And
Regardless of
Ooh.
heterochromia, you'd be a gorgeous Yuna. I'm just gonna say it.
oh, thank you. Yuna was one of my, so 10 was my first Final Fantasy. A previous podcast on the PS2 and that we did, I did talk about that. Yeah, and I think it would be really fun. I know I would try to drag someone to do Titus. If you're in here, I know you're lurking. You know who you are. You know who you are. But I think I should just bite the bullet because life is fleeting. I need to just do it. And honestly, like, I think what I get nervous about is what we talked about earlier, where it's like, I'm scared of the prom dress syndrome. I'm scared of the judging. I'm scared of because sadly, Final Fantasy has a bad rap. Some of the cosplayers in that are very like.
Well,
But
pardon my English. Fuck them.
yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Who cares? I'm having fun. I'm cosplaying one of my favorite characters. Oh my gosh, I admired her since I was 10.
Cosplay for yourself first, and then friend stuff if you want to.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like I said, like Hito reminded me, like because Azura, I want to do Ryoma someday. I do pre-time skip to do. I want to do post-time skip to do. I'm not as tall as to do, but I wear platforms for him. And even if I didn't, whoopty shit.
Exactly. And it's like I also want to cosplay Vivi, and I need to figure out how to do that from Final Fantasy 9. I need to figure it out. It's gonna be I need help.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I need help.
Shellshock, thank you for getting all of us more on the same page to help each other out, whether it's like armor or crafty stuff, because that's cosplay.
Cosplay's about.
It's what I always do.
Cooperative.
That's who he is!
Yes, Shellshock's like, everyone gravitate here. We got this.
Yes.
He's the best.
How many?
Yep. So, in terms of dream cosplays, here's one. Well, I have like, I'm gonna limit myself to 3. That way, just to save time. So, one of the cosplays that I want to do is Yusuke Urameshi from Yu Yu Hakusho. I love Yu Yu Hakusho. You cosplay Hiei? Yes.
Yeah, I'll do it again. I'll make it again.
Yes.
My friends really
We
want
do it together.
them.
I have to actually remake my Yusuke.
Yes.
I will actually be that. That's number
Although
one.
now I might actually try to do Kurama now because of that.
Yes.
Yes.
And my friends want me to be Kuwabara, so we've got all 4 of us.
Let's do it. It's done. Cosplay group. I knew it. I knew at the end of this podcast there would be a cosplay group.
Thank you for waking me up. That's why I love that song. Another character that I want to cosplay, and this is going to be something that people probably wouldn't expect to see me do. I want to cosplay as Homer Simpson.
I see it.
Like,
I see it.
Do it.
The one thing that I have to wonder is if I ever cosplay a Simpsons characters, because the one thing I want to do is actually paint my skin yellow to actually match the characters. Like the main characters that I would like to do for the Simpsons, like Homer's the big one. And another one I would like to do, I actually kind of would like to do comic book guy. I would like to be
Yes.
I do a lot of body paint, so I can help get you some tips, friend.
And if need be, you can do kind of like tight sleeves. So when I cosplayed from Homestuck, that's what I did. I put nails on my my character, like the gloves, and I did like tights as it gloves.
Yeah.
So you don't have to. You can manage with the paint.
I also cosplay Beast from X-Men. I do full body paint for him, but I also have cosplayed Anger from Inside Out. I've got the Zentai suit, but then I paint my face red. I just
And
do a lot of things.
And the last one I want to do is I mean, this is going to take so much time and effort to pull it off and to make sure to get it to work for me. Zero from the Mega Man X series.
Yes.
Yeah. Like for Zero's hair, I'm gonna need to figure out where I can get like a long ass wig that's like blonde, and
Yeah, I got you, dude.
Yeah, that and
Easily.
There's good techniques for also not to be too heavy and
Oh my god! I actually forgot there was one more that I really want to do. Bancho Leomon, because I really want to show my love for the Digimon series.
Yes.
Nice.
And if I were to cosplay as Zero, I'm gonna need somebody to like make sure to get everything down to the middle, like do measurements, so that they could be able to know like what to expect to make out of me, and then model everything, and then I'll get in, and I'm good to go.
So you do know, Shellshock, that this upcoming year's MagFest is Mega Man X themed.
Unfortunately, I can't make MagFest.
I'm just letting you know.
Yeah.
I understand though. We're gonna get you there regardless. I mean, it's like you're gonna. Let's face it. No matter what the theme is for a given year, you can cosplay whatever.
Yeah, and there is the Mega Man Zero version of Zero, right? Like it's the same character, just different timeline, like many years in the future.
Yep.
But those are my three. So Yusuke, Homer Simpson, and Zero. Those are the main ones. Comic book guys, the honorable mention. Worst episode ever. Okay, so this one's for Professor Icepick. How do you feel about limiting photo ops to dedicated sections during conventions as opposed to just letting people take pictures wherever? I mean, my thing is this. I don't mind if people take pictures of me, whatever, but I'll just say this right now, if I'm with friends, and if for whatever reason I decide to be in cosplay, and I'm just chatting, just chilling with my friends, just want to have some time to chill, please let me chill with my friends, because that's what I would like to do. Like, don't get me wrong, I appreciate like the flattering comments and all that, or people just appreciate the cosplay that I do. But if I'm with my friends, I just want to chill with my friends. And also, don't take pictures of me when I'm in the bathroom. It's creepy.
Or when you're eating. Yeah. Like, people do that.
So I feel that I have added insight to this one because I am actually photo shoot staff.
Yeah.
And I apologize if any of me answering this is not what you intended with this, but I'm going to try to cover all the bases just in case.
Yes.
Obviously, at conventions, people can take pictures wherever, just as long as like you're being respectful and not blocking aisles and stuff.
Yeah.
That is always allowed and is always great, especially because at conventions, people are going everywhere and you never know who you're going to see what. And then some people will book private photo shoots that they'll then go elsewhere for. I'm all for that because if you have spent that money, and I've spent that money before, you want to go get some good shots. Like the year that my Octopath Traveler group got together, I surprised them by booking a photo shoot with someone who was offering them, and she wasn't charging anything, but we all tipped her really well. And there's some of my favorite pictures to date. But so while it is great to have pictures wherever, having a dedicated photo shoot space is immeasurably amazing. Because first off, if you are either an organizer, or just an attendee for a photo shoot, you know exactly where to go. It's not like, oh God, where's this place? Where are we meeting? Where are they? No, you know where you're going for that. And even if you're a photographer or just a fan of the series, you could also just go and chill and enjoy. Like, I have friends who've not cosplayed. They just go there with their cameras and they just enjoy all of that. It's also great for me because it's easy to find and meet people. It's the best way to see all the cosplays. Like, obviously, not everyone's going to come to the photo shoots because, like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not wearing that costume that day for that shoot. That's fine. That's fine. But I like the vast majority of conventions who are worth their salt. Yes, you can take pictures wherever, just so long as you're respectful. But the dedicated spaces are great because they give you more freedom. They let you meet more fans of those series. Like, again, that's where I've met so many of my Splatoon and Nintendo friends. And like I did like 5 different cosplays at MagFest this year. So I was both versions of Mantle Captain 3 as well as his regular outfit. I was Senna from Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I was Ulbert from Octopath Traveler. Um, Actually, no, I had 6. And then I was also Dedue from Fire Emblem Three Houses. I was
Ooh.
even Black Quill from Phoenix Wright. So I did all of those in that weekend and then like 2 to 3 in a day. Didn't have to, but I did. But no, but having the dedicated space for photo shoots is great to have those good shots with that fandom to make those friends and also not worry about being in anybody's way.
Yeah.
So a fusion of them is the best. And just because there is the photo shoot section doesn't mean you can't take pictures anymore. So it's just it depends on like what types of pictures that you want.
Yeah.
I agree. I feel like again, yeah, don't block wildlife, just very important. But I remember so this was a big Danganronpa cosplay, and it was 2014. It was right before it was before it came to America, like the game. We were the like one of the first cosplay groups to do Danganronpa. And what was cool is Anime Expo for the first time had actual like sets like inside the con for backdrops for people to pose and everything. And I remember we took this was terrible. We should have not been there that long. But like for almost 2 hours, we took the classroom space and we did a whole photo shoot with all the characters. There's like 12 characters in that cast. And it was amazing. And I think that's what's pretty cool now, which is just normal at cons. They sometimes do that where if they can, where they have like cool backdrops and everything. But also like, I think it just depends on the situation and just like where you're at. That's cool.
Yep. Hito,
Repeat the question again.
how do you feel about limiting photo ops to dedicated sections during conventions as opposed to just letting people take pictures wherever?
Well, I haven't been lucky to do like a crazy photo op yet, so that's that. But also having a stage, but also having like certain areas to be for photo ops would be very important, considering the fact that conventions get cramped very quickly, and I kind of don't want to get squeezed in between a few people. I don't want to smell. I don't want to smell people. I don't want to see people. I don't like, mind you. And I said we were coming from a convention.
Most of the cosplayers don't stink, because
but you know what I mean. But you know what I mean. Like, I literally just want to make sure that I can't be so close to you that I can smell the deodorant you're not using. Like it's that bad. And we've had this happen. Mind you,
you go to cons where people use deodorant, dude.
like legitimately, you know what the messed up part is? Anime NYC, the convention that just passed by, my friend went, and he was telling me, they were literally having like these nice areas where you could get deodorant for free, and it was. And no, here's the messed up part.
Good.
It was full. It was still full, and I'm like, that's. Ow, I'm not going to Anime NYC. Thank goodness. I'm still going to go at least once so I can personally experience it, but still.
Yeah. I will add another thing with the photo shoot space. And again, I realize that photo shoot's not necessarily the same as photo ops. Another really nice thing about it, especially during the dedicated photo shoots, is that we also have staff like myself and my team there to assist and make sure you have what you need, whether it's clearing the aisle for big cosplays, assistance with things, calling out the order, general safety. Because like I said, the first thing we announce before anything, after we like introduce ourselves and say, hey, this is for this photo shoot, we go over some rules. And one of those is cosplay is not consent. So we're there to make sure you have the best time you have. And actually on the cosplay photo shoot submission form, one of the questions is, what do you need from us? What can we help you out with? And that's like whether, because some people, they want to submit a photo shoot, but they don't want to run it, which, okay. Or sometimes they do want to run it, but they're not comfortable with the megaphone. Okay, give it to me. Tell me what your order is. I got you. Like, there's actually been some organizers who weren't comfortable, or they were more novice. I taught them how to run one. So, but yeah, it's just, that's a space where you can catch up and learn with everyone. So, and again, we've got resources there. We've got, hey, here's where you can find the pictures. Here's where you can upload the pictures. Please do that.
Please.
Yeah.
Please.
Absolutely.
The funniest thing too is, I'm just gonna say this, and I say this unbiasedly. MagFest has the best cosplay department of any con I've gone to, and the funniest thing is that twofold. One, we're a new department. We are not even a decade old. Two, a lot of the old guard at MagFest were very anti-cosplay.
Oh,
Well, we have completely rewritten everything, so heck 'em.
good.
Yeah.
Good.
No, like, well, because some of them are like, it's not a convention, it's a festival. It's both. Get over yourself. Secondly, we're enjoying this here the same as you are. Like, I remember, like, my first MagFest, I dressed up as Zant from Twilight Princess, and someone really was like, man, why are you cosplaying? Because I want to. Heck off.
Why are they asking the question?
Absolutely.
So weird. People are weird.
I needed to direct them to Lost and Found, but lost both their respect and any neurons if they had them.
Yep.
Nice.
Okay, so Nova the artist asks, "What's a cosplay you haven't seen yet but would love to see one day?" I mean, I've seen most, but one, if there's anything I've always wanted to see, I've always wanted to see, like, I mean, nobody would really expect this these days. Like, I think I might start seeing more Forward Spike in the future, but I would like to see some more obscure Nintendo characters from some of their series that aren't as big. Like, obviously, we love the Marios, we love the Zeldas, we love the Metroids, Pokemon, Fire Emblem, Xenoblade, Kirby, Splatoon. But what about, like, I'm gonna name drop a few video game series from Nintendo. Like, there is Mach Rider, which was an NES game in 1985. You have Star Tropics, that was on the NES, like 2 games. And I would actually like to see people cosplay as characters from, like, some more obscure stuff like Pushmo for the 3DS, or even some Punch-Out like, I don't see a lot of Punch-Out characters other than the only Punch-Out characters I've ever seen cosplays of are Little Mac. I've seen Bald Bull, I've seen Bear Hugger, and I've seen King Hippo. I have not seen anyone else. Not even Glass Joe.
So real quick with you, like I said, I do cosplay Little Mac. My ex actually cosplayed my coach. He was Doc Lewis, and he had a chocolate bar in his pocket. And
Nice.
he was a good Doc Lewis. But far better than that, at that Otakon that I wound up running the Nintendo shoot that the organizer didn't show up to, I befriended and got a private photo shoot after the fact with the Don Flamenco.
Ooh.
So, and he is still a good friend of mine to this day. Like, we've not seen each other since that con, but again, it's one of those friendships where, like, I could message him out of nowhere and we'd catch up like nothing passed. And, like, here and there, like, we'll comment on each other's stuff. But yeah, no, the dude's amazing. He's got all these poses like this and everything. And we even did a few, like, over my shoulders, so it was like the video game. But
Cool.
no, it was. So I'm right there with you. But yeah, so I'll share those pictures sometime, Shellshock.
Yep. All right. Hito, what's the cosplay you haven't seen yet, but you would love to see somebody cosplay one day?
That helps me think of my answer too. Thank you.
Honestly, that's a very tricky question for me. I've seen a lot of cosplay, but I would like to see more Digimon themes cosplay. Like, if I could actually pull off some of not the armor illusions, but I would personally also like to see if I could pull off some of the Frontier stuff where they actually fused with the Digimon spirit to human transformations. I would like, that would actually be nice. I would love to see those. I'll definitely do Lobomon at some point if I could actually get the cosplay done.
Yep.
That's also armor too, so I have to. Another armor. Fantastic.
I'm gonna say this. It's very obscure. I'm gonna say it though because my roommate wanted me to say it. Chuck wanted me to say this, and I know no one's gonna know it, but we need more Lost Odyssey.
Yeah, you do.
I want to see Lost Odyssey cosplays. I will do it. Gosh dang it! I'll cosplay character. I'll cosplay Jensen.
I've not played it, but I know it.
Yeah,
But no,
it's
for
hard
me,
though. But
for me, I've seen a lot as well. I'm just gonna go ahead and say, like, same as Shellshock, like more obscure Nintendo characters, and in particular for me, like more obscure Zelda characters. Like, please, I've seen so many awesome, fun, and creative ones. I want to see more.
Yeah. I also want. Oh, go ahead.
What else? And another like. There's 2 other cosplays again. You guys like reminded me of some of those. What I'm working on, additional future projects. I also want to be Rhine from Xenoblade Chronicles 1, and Sidon from Zelda Breath of the Wild: Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
And my Midna friend wants to be Mipha, so.
Like, I want to see more Street Fighter characters outside of Street Fighter 2 characters.
Yeah.
Like, I do see characters from Street Fighter Alpha, but I don't really see too many from 3. The only character from Street Fighter 4 that I see in cosplay is Juri.
right.
But she's a fan favorite.
Yeah.
I don't really see a lot of Street Fighter 5 cosplay, and for Street Fighter 6, the only one I've seen was Kimberly. And I have seen the Street Fighter 6 version of Ken, where like he's dressed up with the jacket and everything, and he's a lot more pissed off. But yeah, other than that, I want to see more Street Fighter characters outside of Street Fighter 2.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. I was just clearing my throat.
All right, so Dragon Flame asks, what is your one favorite aspect about cosplaying? Being myself. Trying something new. That's it.
Being myself.
Challenging.
Being myself, dressing up as characters who I identify with and love, dressing up as characters from series that are dear to me, doing group cosplays with friends, just having fun, being myself, exploring another avenue of some of my favorite pieces of media.
Yep.
Yeah. Same. And I feel like, yeah, we talked about it with like when we were talking about like what cosplay means to us. I feel like it's in that similar vein almost. But yeah, you challenge yourself too. Yeah, it's interesting, and I think that's what I need to get back to cosplay, and that's what I missed. I missed challenging myself.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I like how to put it. I get to be I don't have to be myself for a little bit. I could be the character I want to be. I could be the role I want to be for that whole convention and have a good time. I'm acting, to quote Sarah, I'm acting. But no, I would really just like to enjoy being crazy in my cosplay and having a good time and not thinking about like it gets me out of my head for once,
Yeah.
So that's the important part.
Agreed.
Yep. All right. I don't know how to answer this question. This is from Dari Gamer, and I want to know what you guys think about this. What are your thoughts on people getting mad at people race swapping in cosplay? Like, because apparently that is a thing.
Yeah, people do it.
As far as people getting mad about it, see my previous point. Cosplay's for everyone.
Yes.
Yes.
Because, like, if people are going to get mad because they're cosplaying as a character of a different race, why are you getting mad about that?
So long as you're doing it respectfully, that's the most important thing.
Exactly.
That's the important part.
Well,
See that.
So I'll say my ex who cosplayed Doc Lewis, they're not black. They just put black mustache and hair dye. They were themselves.
Right.
That was great. And I've cosplayed Luna from Sailor Moon. And that was a cat. So I had like a black skin paint across there, but I was a cat.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's very different. But like, no, if I've had friends who have dressed up as whoever. Like, there's a really good friend of mine who is not Japanese who wants to dress as various characters. And how many anime or other Japanese characters do we dress up as? And we're not Asian. Who cares?
Right. And it's how you do it though.
Yes,
Um,
exactly.
there was someone, and I'm not friends with them anymore, who changed their eye a certain way. I'll just say that without everyone can understand what that means. And
Oh.
Yeah.
that's not cool.
Oh.
And they were they're white, and that's no. And so that's what I mean. Like there's that layer. But when I feel like the issue is what happens too is there's a really big issue of people getting mad at people of color for cosplaying characters that are white presenting or Asian presenting.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of that backlash, and I think that needs to stop. You should cosplay. Shouldn't matter.
Yeah.
That shouldn't matter.
I've seen so many people be like, "Oh, look, it's a black Sailor Moon." And I think you mean
It's
a
like, no.
Sailor Moon.
Moon. Yeah.
And
Thank you.
Sailor Moon, heck yourself off all the way.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
like I'm Puerto Rican and I'm playing as Foreman Spike, a character who's white,
Yeah.
and do I care if people get mad at me? Fuck no.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's several Japanese characters I dress up as. I am not of Japanese descent to my knowledge. I'm mostly Scottish and German with no more than 1/16 Cherokee.
Yeah,
But I still dress up as those characters. I'm not pretending to be Japanese. I'm not trying to look that way. The most I've ever done is that I tan to look at. Like, I naturally get very tan. So I enjoy cosplaying Sokka when I'm tan, but I'm also not trying to look a certain way. That's just what my body does.
yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
But no, like literally just as far as people cosplaying or race swapping, hey, you do you. That's not even race swapping. You're cosplaying as that character. For people getting mad,
Right.
like I said, see my previous point, fuck off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So, like,
Exactly.
who announced you the fun police?
and Kyle Gamer, like, same thing. I've seen, like, I actually have friends who cosplay as Sailor Moon characters and of different backgrounds, and they love it, because like that's who they want to be. Like they want to be like their favorite Sailor Moon character. So you want to be your favorite character, be your favorite character.
I want to pub up. Sorry, God.
Just as long as people are being respectful, be your favorite character.
I want to pub up a friend of mine who is actually a cosplay guest at a number of cons in the Midwest now. If any of you have ever heard of Diana the Great,
I've heard, but I don't really know them.
I met her before she got more cos famous, and she's still a good friend of mine. Like, I get Christmas cards from her. One of my favorite cosplays of her, like, she did Sailor Moon mid-transformation. Just she had, like, the sparkly leotard with the face paint and everything. One of her more recent ones, she did a stunning, stunning Sailor Mars. And for the wig...
She's gorgeous.
Isn't
Sorry,
she?
I'm up. Yes.
Brains for that wig!
Wow.
No, she's amazing. So
Amazing. I'll share.
She's one of those perfect examples of like characters who, oh, I look like that character. Let me go right at it. But also just as easily dressing up as whoever the hell she wants. But if I may, also before we get to the next question, one of the panels I run is about like acceptance and accessibility in the cosplay community. And there was this really nice family who came in there. This woman who was the best Afro Bulma I've ever seen.
Ooh.
Whoa, cool.
She and her two daughters. Because we all know like Bulma is Japanese, but had like the Afro for a while.
She did,
and this woman and her daughters were African American, and she actually was so happy to come to this panel and talk about it. She's like, yeah, well, that's part of what I enjoy about seeing these panels is there's not as these conventions is. When my daughters first wanted to come, I was concerned because there weren't as many people who looked like us. But seeing how open and accepting everyone is, to know that they came to our panel to say that made me feel really special. But like, I didn't look at her. So like again, like I do. Because we've all heard the conversation about how like the people say, "Oh, I don't see race." It's well intended, but no. What happens is you see it and recognize you have different experiences or challenges that I can't imagine. but you don't judge by it. Big difference.
No.
But like I said, that
I
lady
wanted to
was
share an article of Great Diana over here. It's really good.
yes. No, she, like I said, she is. I
Yeah, they're
met
great.
her. Yeah, she's wonderful. Like she and I went out for fun
Follow
one day
her.
when I still lived in that area. No, she is a sweetheart.
Oh yeah, definitely
She's a
seen her
genuinely
before.
really sweet lady. Yeah, no, she's wonderful. If you ever have the chance to meet her, I'll tell you my legal name so you can be like, hey, yeah, I'm a friend of Mantle, and yeah. But no, she's so sweet, and like I said, she has been guesting at some cons now as well. But yeah. But anyways, that we're all on the same page about it. People who be mad, life is too short. Get over yourself.
Yeah. 100%.
Right.
100%. Yeah. Like the next two questions we pretty much already answered, which Noble Boy, you already asked us what your fondest cosplayer memories and experiences. We pretty much answered that. And Maverick also asked what got you started in cosplay. We pretty much answered that one already. But we have one more question.
Oh no.
If anyone in the panel does cosplay, how much do you spend in average for cosplay purposes?
Do we mean per cosplay? Do we mean per year? Do we mean per prop?
This was with Sammy G. It depends, really. Like, this one, I've spent about, like, a little over, like, 60, 70 bucks on, like, some of the stuff.
Good.
Because, like, this was about, like, 10 bucks. This hat was about 20. This shirt was about, like, 25. The patch that I have... Okay, so it's actually a little bit more than that. The patch that I have was about, like, $7. And the chain that I'm wearing right now is about like $25 to $30. Though I kind of wish I got a slightly bigger chain than this, because the problem is taking it off. And I've also bought a fanny pack like for handyman, but I'm not wearing it at the moment. But I did wear it, and that was about like 15 bucks. So I think I kind of spent a little more than like 60, 70 for this cosplay.
It depends on the cosplay for me. Like Shellshock said, like Mantle, because I commissioned my friend to make nipples. That was one of the more expensive pieces for it because the work that went into it. And I actually have a vinyl wig for him now. I've not tried it on yet, but and I got the splash goggles as well, his hoodie, the patch, the shirt that came with it, the neoprene shorts, the actual right color socks, the proper laces for the boots, and then my props for my e-liter. So my e-liter, most of the pieces for it were pretty inexpensive, but because the nozzle or the trigger looks like a gas pump, I bought a pair of old gas pumps off of eBay for not too expensive and painted that. And then the body of it is actually a plastic scuba cylinder like you would see in a dive shop. I contacted the guy directly because I was like, I don't want to buy these in bulk. Can I just buy one for a cosplay project? And he was so happy and enamored at this creativity with it. Mantle, depending on the pieces for both Captain 3 as well as himself combined, before I do my custom e-liter, before I do my crack on splat roller, is probably between like $200 and $300 just for all the pieces. Everything else having to constantly keep stocked up on the makeup. Saki, her wig is 3 pieces, which was about 70 or 70 to 100 because it's the short wig and the short ponytail and then the long ponytail, and then I have to get the hairspray to do the colored streaks. Her outfit on its own was probably like 150 of pieces, and the other outfits were anywhere between 100 and a couple hundred for those pieces.
No.
Senna, I did buy. The boots were. Senna was probably about 200. I know Wolflink was several hundred, namely because of the fur I had to buy for him. For me, it's yes, I am. I am my Inkling. I am Mantle size Squid Kid. And the teeth was I need to make a new ones that my dad made. And he's a dentist. It's actually the same. Yeah. Because they're older and not as properly colored, but it's like the same way that you would make a partial for someone.
Yeah.
He just kept filling it up to make it like the beak teeth. these were not originally for this cosplay. I also cosplay Sully from Monsters Inc. So these are from that. I honestly, most of my costumes are anywhere between like, oh man, I managed to thrift this to several $100s. But it depends on every single costume. Depending on the cosplay, I do either make it or modify it, or sometimes just outright buy it. And kind of like what you were saying, Ange, about like getting back into stuff. Like for me, COVID didn't have that same effect. I mean, I actually felt galvanized for it, but I have found the older I get, there's certain pieces that it's like, I probably could make some of this or figure it out. But if once it gets to more sewing, I'm more likely to just buy it. And that's my balance sometimes of being a character is like, what am I making? What am I buying?
Right.
It's like there's a couple Love Live costumes I want to do. Some of them I'm gonna have to make. Others, I'll just buy that or just piece it together.
Oh yeah, buy components and then
exactly.
you edit and
I do that
engineer.
a ton actually. So yeah. But yeah, for me it really depends on the one. But let's just say that I've not done a super hyper expensive one yet. Morag will probably be one of my more expensive ones because she's got a military style uniform.
Yeah.
And I've spent like over 100 alone on wigs before. So certain wig stylings I can do and do well. Then there's others. If I want it to look past a certain level, I'm going to commission that.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, it depends on the cosplay. Here, I'll link this one photo. It doesn't show it though, but like there's a really nice green satin in there that it cost me a little bit, but
yeah, Impa was also
let me get this
armor.
Yeah.
I will say
cosplay.
The Biker Bowser shell was somewhere between 30 and 50 because of not 30, 30 to 80 because I had to buy the foam spikes, the tape, the leather adhesive, the buckles, and then I had to have a base for the shell, which I had a plus shell already here. So I was like, okay, I had to make this into my motif.
Let's just say there's this picture that like routinely makes the rounds in cosplay circles of 3 Sailor Moon character cosplayers, and it shows their exact reaction right when they've been asked how much their costumes cost, and you see all 3 of them making the face of the effect of,
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's basically what this question makes me do. Yeah. It's like, it's a fair question, but like all 4 of us have said, it depends.
It does.
I will say this one I'm about to link. Possibly cost me around. Let's see. Oh, I need to add the wig though. I would say almost $300.
Oh, let me see this.
I had to. That whole thing. I made it by scratch.
That's gorgeous. Holy crap.
I made that corset. And the thing is, people don't realize materials can cost. Thank you. That's amazing. One of my
I mean that like is like genuinely as possible, but that is like amazing.
It really is.
I will say I did burn out after that cosplay though. Not to get sad, but I had a relative who ended his life that year.
Oh no!
And
I'm sorry.
I was in the middle of making that cosplay, but that cosplay helped me. It made me focus. Like I got myself just working just like to get my mind back into place and not completely break down. And again, cosplay, it helps you get through things. And I think that helped a lot. And I cherish that cosplay because I kind of dedicate it to him. And just, it's great, but it's also very expensive.
Yeah.
So prepare yourself. Wigs can vary from 40 to
a few hundred.
Way more than that.
Yep.
Lace front, you don't know. It really depends on what you're doing. Yeah. But I would say my most expensive is around like that price is that cosplay. Because I had to get the actual materials, pleather that was expensive. I was lucky to get like the green satin that's on the inside of that skirt part.
Yeah.
I was able to get that for free because of a friend who had leftover, and I was just like, this is perfect for Cardia. So, it's you gotta budget, and that was like my only cosplay for like that whole year. So
Yeah.
you have to figure things out. You got to budget. If you're in a cosplay, you got to like figure out things. But there's also like there's tricks. And again, if you find a shirt that reminds you of a character that you want to cosplay, go for it.
Let's put it
100%.
this
Get it.
way.
Edit it.
When
Yeah.
several years ago, when that thrift store song came out, you got $20 in your pocket. That was
Yeah.
the anthem of the cosplay community.
Yeah.
And like whether you thrift or not, that was the anthem. And you, especially when you're looking to modify or piece together something, or even make something, do not underestimate the power of a thrift store. Or,
Yes.
for that matter, just walking around. Like I love walking around Lowe's. Because I'll know what I want to make. I don't know what I'm looking for. I'll just walk around, and you'll probably see the light bulb from wherever you're sitting. And I just realized
Yeah.
that's
Right.
exactly what I'm doing. It's like one of the things I did for my Wolf-Link costume, both versions. It's a semi-quad, so I'm upright, but I've got these extensions I'm holding with clamps, which then go into shoes, which I've then turned into the front paws. And what I do for those, what attaches those metal rods into the paws, is a door hinge. So I have wrists.
Mm.
Something like that. And actually, the newer one I made, I purposely left his ears hollow so I could wear a Nico Mini so my ears do this number with him.
Well, cool.
So, and I'm also just gonna say this because I know all of us have been cosplaying a while. Y'all don't know how good you have it today with dedicated sites like Arta or various
Arta.
the sites
Yeah.
where you can buy
love Arta.
stuff from various countries or otherwise.
Yep.
Because like this is unheard of from back in the day. Just no. So the first anime character I ever cosplayed to come was Hatsuharu from Fruits Basket, which hilariously enough, I'm born in the year of the ox.
Oh,
Yeah, Arta didn't exist back in 2005.
no, it didn't.
My dad found a perfect white wig for me at the wig shop in my tiny hometown, and he found some black thickening hairspray, and I made a damn good Hatsuharu wig out of that. So, like, I'm not gonna say it's the best Hatsuharu wig ever, but I'm proud of it. It still holds up to this day,
For the days.
and objectively, it's better than some I've seen.
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah, it's just. Yeah, so yeah, it just all depends like what you're going for with that. So, and that's also like if you ever commission something, they will ask you what is your budget, or if you're
Right.
going to ask that outright, it's just say my budget is this to this, and that will let people know what they can do with that. Because like Andrew was saying, the materials alone that can bracket it up real fast.
Right.
Hito, you were gonna say something?
I was just gonna say straight out, like, people saying that they got art and shit like that now, that says a lot, because at the end of the day, it's kind of what the beauty blogger, like, you have YouTube now to learn how to apply makeup now. So, you know, now you have those use. Back in my day, I had to go to the local Macy's and get my face beat by some girl who was doing just the trends. And it was not what I wanted, but I had to say, it's great out of respect.
See, and
It's totally that same.
Well, exactly, it is. And the fun thing with it is that we can say that teasingly, but it's like we'll say it teasingly because, like, man, I remember when this was real tough. But we can also look and say, man, I'm so happy we have that now. And it's a simultaneous thing because I mean, I used to watch my anime subtitled uphill both ways.
6 parts on YouTube.
Yeah. No, not YouTube. Real video downloads.
Oh yeah, I had Dragon Ball GT.
Yeah.
That's how
But
you
no,
can
like YouTube wasn't even a thing yet. Like I would find .move clips, and for the episodes they would be in 2 parts and real video, so I'd have the real video player for that. But yeah, I have a meme on here. It's like, yeah, back in my day, we watched our anime unsubbed uphill both ways in the snow.
Sailor Stars.
And we walked 15 miles without shoes. That's how bad it was.
15
It's literally,
miles.
and again, we can all tease about it, but at the same time, I'm happy where it is, and also seeing that it's become. I still wouldn't go so far as to call it mainstream, but it's more widely accepted. Like knowing that schools these days, and even like a decade ago, have anime clubs. That was unheard of. back in the
That's
early
a secretary
90s.
of mine.
I love that.
I
Yeah,
actually made the RPG club for that one, so that was actually pretty cool.
I did
Oh, that's
join
cool.
the anime club at my
Oh, yeah.
college, my university. I couldn't always show up though because their meetings were Tuesday nights, and that was one of the nights that marching band was, and I
Oh.
was a marching band the whole time. But I was still a member. In fact, I was in the musical, one of the 3 musicals that we put on. So.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I created the RPG club and I was its president for about 2 years. It was fun. It was at BMCC though. It was at college, but I was able to do it. It was fun, and we got to see a lot of anime influenced RPG, D&D role plays that were all tabletop, and it was fantastic.
Yep.
But yeah, just I think if there's something we want to take from that question, like even though it does depend, you can do a lot no matter what your budget is. Now you might be limited on where you buy or what you buy or how much you're just getting outright or having to make yourself, but do not let your budget limit you. Let it lead you where you need to go and what steps you need to take. But do not let it limit you, because worst case scenario, save up, build up, wear it in the future.
Yep.
Oh, there's a subcategory of cosplay called closet cosplays.
Oh gosh,
where you just take some of the shit from your closet and you Jimmy and MacGyver that shit all the way to what it needs to be.
I did that once to surprise a friend of mine, where we had a little Halloween gathering, and one of my friends, like, he pulls up a fantastic 10th Doctor, and another friend of ours was doing the 11th Doctor, and I pulled out some stuff from my closet, slicked my hair back, and surprised them. Hello, you look fantastic. So I was a 9th Doctor.
No.
This is a great picture of us with all of our screwdrivers.
Like for me, like what I want to do is I want to start finding like flea markets or garage sales that where there might be people who have some clothes and you can take a look at them and they might actually be part of some cosplay ideas that you have in mind, and you can get them for dirt cheap, for like certain amount of money, and then you could just put them together, and then you have a cosplay that you can wear at a convention, and people will be impressed with what you do. So,
yeah,
like, just if you want to shop for cosplay, like, obviously Goodwill would be a good place. Don't ever shop at Salvation Army. Fuck them.
Nope, fuck them.
But like Goodwill or any other thrift shop you can go to, or like. Or if you have any friends that are selling or donating clothes they don't want, they might have something for you as well. So
sometimes some conventions have swap meets, whether at the con or outside of that. So always listen to that. There's various groups online with that. God, there was something else I was gonna say. But like for an example of a costume that I both bought pieces for and modified for, just an example for that is I also cosplay Wreck-It Ralph. And I commissioned the wig for him because I wanted those spikes to be spot on, and hilarious enough, I actually wear that for my Gibari cosplay now too. I just shifted it up slightly. That wig was the most expensive part of that costume. I did actually get the official Wreck-It Ralph fist because a lot of people ask me, "Oh, those Hulk hands?" Nope, these are Wreck-It Ralph hands. Don't always wear them, especially if I have the pancakes for the bunny. But I got an inexpensive green soft shirt to wear underneath, and I hopped on eBay and found a red flannel shirt for his main shirt, trimmed the sleeves for that. Learned very quickly the hard way that they don't make burgundy overalls. So I got a pair of white painter's overalls and dyed them with 2 bottles of red, 1 bottle of brown Rit dye. I still have a giant pot that I bought just to dye those overalls, and they still look great. And then I just kept like slowly adding different things. There was one con I was at where an artist had made like little plush cybugs.
Yeah.
So I bought one and then I safety pinned it to my shirt so it looks like it followed me out of the game. Aww. And for one other small little touch y'all might appreciate, I do have a little, because like Shellshock, your costume that reminded me of it. I do have a little name tag that says "Hello, my name is," and I wrote Lara Croft. So, even just those little references can just be fun. So yeah, so that was one where I pieced him together, but also made some stuff myself and bought. So like Wreck-It Ralph like embodies all 3 ways to do a costume.
Yep.
So.
All right. Well, with that, that's going to do it for this show. Again, cosplay is for everyone. We all love to cosplay. And if you want to figure out like ways to cosplay, there's no wrong answer. You just do what you got to do. You can find it for cheap. You can find it for expensive. Either way, whatever you want to make, you can make it. So, Mantle, Hito, Ange, thank you all for being a part of this.
Thank you, Shellshock.
Thanks for having us.
Yep. Originally, we were going to have Sir Pugs join us, but they ended up not feeling great. But they'll be on in a future episode. But before we sign off, Mantle, where can we find you?
You can find me at twitch.tv/MantleFerox. And on that page, you can also find links to my Blue Sky, my Instagram, and there's also a link to my YouTube. I don't really have anything on there right now, but future projects maybe. So yeah, anything on there. I do also have a link to my card on there that you can find via Blue Sky. I'm MantleFerox most places. That is the name of my Inkling character, except for Instagram, where I am the Guardian.
Yes.
So that's where you can find me in person. You can find me at conventions, usually on the Mid-Atlantic circuit.
Yep. And where can we find you, Hito?
You can find me as HitoRetroGaming on Twitch, HitoRetroGaming on YouTube, HitoRetroGaming on X. I don't use it that much, but it's still there just in case. HitoRetroGaming on Blue Sky, and HitoRetroGaming on Sound. No, and HitoRetroGaming on only. You know what? I'm just kidding. Anyway, it's HitoRetroGaming. It's just HitoRetroGaming on the 4 platforms. Oh, and HitoRetroGaming 1 on TikTok because I made a copy of an account and I can't change it. So I'm fighting my own account for my name, which is weird.
You're competing with yourself.
I know. That's the best competition ever.
And where can we find you?
Well, of course, you guys can find me on Twitch, TNAngelic. I'm going to go ahead and just copy paste these links because I didn't put all of them as angelic. Some of them are just TNAngel, but that includes on Twitter and on Instagram. But I'm TNAngelic on, of course, Twitch and on Blue Sky. So here you go.
Awesome. You can pretty much just find me mostly on Blue Sky and Discord, and of course I do stream on Twitch, obviously, and I put up my VODs up on YouTube, usually on like my VOD channel for most of the stuff. The podcast go to my main channel. I stream usually like Monday through Thursdays with the occasional Friday and Sunday. Usually from 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern until midnight. The next episode of Sharing with Shellshock will be happening on Sunday, November 2nd, and that is going to be the world of Square Enix. And joining me for that episode, I have 2 returning guests on that one and 2 brand new guests for Square Enix. So joining me for that are Bookslap, Dragon Lord Azure, Rodjira101, and McPatches 3D. We're going to talk a lot about Square Enix, from like the Final Fantasies, the Dragon Quests. There's going to be talks about Kingdom Hearts. There's going to be talks about pretty much the Zamada series, pretty much anything. And I'll even bring up some of the most obscure stuff like Urgai's God Bless the Ring or Tobal number 1 and 2, like where they did fighting games, or even Einhander, where they actually tried to make a space shooter. Make
sure you get the Octopath for me.
Yeah,
I will be in chat if I can.
There'll be talks about Octopath. There'll be talks about like pretty much multiple eras. Like we'll even bring up like how like Square quote unquote jumped ship from Nintendo to PlayStation, and then now they're back. Now they're like pretty much on Nintendo's good graces again, despite being a multi-platform company. All that and more will happen next week on Sharing with Shellshock, Sunday, November 2nd at 9 p.m. Eastern. It's gonna be a really good discussion. So
I'll be in chat.
Yes,
I'm gonna go crazy.
So yeah. So for Splatfest, what team are you on, Mantle?
Zombies. Yeah,
I haven't participated in. Yeah, because I haven't participated in Splatfest in a while, but if I did, I probably would have went with Ghosts. Because
I was tempted to like see what other team maybe, but the Zombieland Saga movie came out on the 24th.
yeah,
Splatfest starts on the 24th.
like I'm gonna be like Danny Phantom and go Ghosts.
That's valid. And like it's one of those where it's like I'm happy whoever wins. It's a repeat, so I'm not as fussed. But
Yeah.
no, like I gotta go zombie.
Yeah,
And,
the other one's Skeleton.
yep. I'm just gonna say, like, no, like for anyone who another thing, like, real quick to wrap up on cosplay, like legit anyone, if you want an idea of how much a series or other piece of media means to us, if we have dedicated the time, money, and energy to cosplay, you know that's a good endorsement of that series.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And but I will say this though, the main reason I would go for Ghosts, because I do like Ghosts, but the other thing, also I have to represent my favorite of the 3 Deep Cup members, Big Man.
See, Big Man's, it's really funny. I feel that I'm the most like Shiver, but Big Man's my favorite. But I always go for what my choice is for it. And I'm all for representing Big Man, but no, I had to go zombie because, like I said, Zombieland Saga. And for anyone who's not watched it, watch it. It's only 24 episodes right now, plus the movie just came out in Japan today, so it's accessible. There's something for everyone.
And-
but yeah, so but they're all 3 great, but Anabata Necromancy.
And Hito, do your thing.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right, before last thing before we go, do your
Yes.
Hito gets to do his thing.
Yay. He is the ocean's great waves.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Awesome, friend.
Yeah. That is that right there is the best way to wrap up this episode. But yeah, once again, Mantle, Hito, Ange, thank you for being a part of this. I really appreciate
Thank you
it.
for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Always
Thank you.
one of my favorite
Had
places
fun.
to be.
Yep, and as always, make sure to take care of yourselves. Be awesome. Stay awesome. Tell your loved ones you love them. Check up on them as always. Make sure to fight for everlasting peace, and I'll see you guys next time. And y'all have a great night, everybody. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching Sharing with Shellshock Season 4. Your name will be inscribed in the pages of podcast history.